Shalom Israel, Shalom, Shalom. Brother Naquan, watching for Israel, coming back at you with these precepts and another cold cut or select the Monday Night Fire live stream. Giving, of course, our honor and glory to Yahweh by Shema Mashiach or Malak Yabushad. Double honors to the elect elders of the house of David that's been in this truth for decades and decades, patiently waiting for the second coming of Yahweh Shai. Your hearty shalom to you mighty men that go out there and labor and do the work of the Most High, presenting your body as a living sacrifice and doing all things for the elect's sake, pushing this truth and magnifying the ministry. Shalom, shalom. Shalom to all of the Aquath out there, holding it down in the households, reverencing their husbands, being submissive, being diligent, being on fire, and moving in the spirit of our righteous foremothers. Shalom, shalom. And shalom to everybody tuning in live and on the live chat. It's Monday Night Fire, 7:03 out here on the East Coast. Started a little bit late, so Salakia for that. We're going to dive into it, right? The brothers will be on a little bit later, most are willing, but we're going to kick it off with all speed from fishing season, or it's fishing season and hunting season, right? That's the topic of the live stream: fishing season and hunting season. These are the two time periods that we focusing on, and we know about the fishing season. The fishing season is the time where the Most High has his servants out there laboring in the vineyard, doing the work of the Most High on the highways and byways, sealing the elect, going into the prophecies, going into the breakdowns, and bringing back the lost sheep back to the fold. And you also have the hunting season, and the hunting season is what? When those same men that were out there on the highways and byways, risking their lives to magnify the name of the Lord, presenting their bodies as a living sacrifice, enduring the elements, enduring affliction and reproaches amongst men, and being despised and ridiculed amongst the nations. Those same men that were fishing, they're going to be going into hunting mode or hunting season, right? Hunting season is when these same men are going to be taking down these other different nations. We're going to talk about both seasons, and it's a live stream through the Spirit and Power of Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. So I want to kick it off with the book of Mark, chapter 1 to 15. Right? I didn't write any precepts out. Right? We just going in the spirit. Right? The spirit had us going to fishing season and hunting season. So we're going to kick it off with Mark chapter 1. And the men that are out there on the highways and byways, they're not the first fishers out there. The Lord even says that we've entered into other men's laborers. Right? So like you bear with me. Let me get this precept real quick. This is the book. Let's see where I want to start. Let's go to Mark chapter 1. All right, let's go to Mark chapter 1 and 15. All right. Mark chapter 1 and 15. It reads, and saying the time is fulfilled and the kingdom of the Most High is at hand. Repent ye and believe the gospel. Now as he walked by the sea of Galilee, he saw Simon and Andrew, his brother, casting a net into the sea, for they were fishers. And they were literal actual fishers, right? 40 apostles, John, James, and Peter, and Andrew, they were actual fishers. And Yahweh Shah said unto them, come ye after me, and I will make you to become fishers of men. Right? So the Most High took you from your worldly occupation or whatever you had going on in the world, and the Most High brought you into the knowledge to actually catch men. Bear with me 1 second. Bear with me. So the Most High actually chose these two apostles, and it's not just these two, but these two are being mentioned because they're one of the first apostles coming into the fold to do the work of the Lord and do this ministry in the last days. So bear with me 1 second. Right, so the Lord said in Mark 1 and 16 that he would make these men fishers of men. Right, and the Lord did that with us, man. We had our worldly thing going on. You might have been some type of athlete in the world, right? You might have been you might have worked in the warehouse, right? You might have been some type of up and coming rap artist, or just had a 9-to-5 job, or whatever the case may be. right? You had your little thing going on, but the Most High called you as a man and said, I'm going to make you a fisher of men. And that's our top occupation. That's the most, what's the word I'm looking for? Sought after job. And it's in the last days, man. You know, everybody want to make them 35 an hour, right? You want to make over 6 figures, and you want to get these nice jobs, so-called, and work for the so-called white man. There's nothing better than being a fisher of men. And you men that go out on the highways and byways, you know all about that, man. Resurrecting the valley of dry bones, sealing the elect, you understand? Teaching the sheep. So let's read on in Mark chapter 1, right, where we left off. Let's go back to Mark chapter 1, right? There's nothing greater than being a fisher of men, right? And the fish parabolically represent the different people, and the waters are the multitude of nations, right? So this is Mark chapter 1 and 16. It reads, now as he walked, I'm going to read 17 again. And Yahushua said unto them, come ye after me, and I will make you fishers of men. And straightway they forsook their nets and followed him. Right? How come they straightway forsook their nets? Because it was in their spirit. They were predestinated to follow the Lord from the foundation of the world. Right? They didn't have to ask questions. They didn't say, well, who's this man? You know? They didn't say, who's this guy right here? Right? They didn't have to sit there and give the Lord an interview. Shalom.
Shalom, okay.
And they straightway forsook everything and followed the Lord, man. And that's how the men of the Lord are in the last days. Right? When the Lord called you into this thing, you're supposed to immediately straightway forsake everything and follow the Lord. They didn't bring the old nets with them. They just said, okay, come on, let's go, Lord. And kind of picked up his old fishing net. And he said, I still want to kind of hang on to this. They left everything behind and followed the Lord. So you can't be a fisher of men and you out there in the highways and byways and you're not leaving everything in the past, man. It don't work like that. You have to straightway follow the Lord. You can't take your time. We bring those precepts up all the time. Psalms 119 and 60. I made haste. I delayed not to keep thy commandments. Sirach 5 and 7. Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord and put not off from day to day. For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance. So you have to make haste and return to the Lord as a fisher of men. You got it up.
Come. Right, it's the book of John, chapter 10 and verse 27. You bring that out? Come. And it reads, my sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me. You understand? So no matter what's going on, when you hear the voice of the Lord via the prophets, or you could have been at home, you hear it on literally YouTube, then your spirit starts to bear witness. You walking along in the highways and byways and the hedges, you hear the voice of the Lord, and you know the Lord, right? Because you resonate and you bear witness from, oh, my sheep hear my voice, right? And we've been hearing Christianity since we've been children, man, and it never resonated with our spirits. We've been hearing all of these false philosophies and doctrines, and we never got down with our spirit, you understand? But when we hear this truth, and we the Israelites, that we are the curses, you want to say, oh, help, it makes perfect sense. And I know them, and they follow me. And I give unto them eternal life, and they shall never perish, neither shall any man pluck them out of my hand. And that's plain. So when we hear the voice of the Lord via the servants of the Lord, and we know the Lord, and we follow him whatsoever he goes. God.
I want to get this precept in the book of Philippians chapter 3. Right? So part of being going into the fishing season is understanding what the fishes are. And this may be fundamental, but we have to go over these things, man. We have to cover the milk. We have to cover the meat. So we're dealing with the fishing season. They want to talk about the hunting season, man. And you're not going to be a partaker of hunting season if you're not a partaker of fishing season. It's not going to work like that, man. You got everybody talking about, I can't wait to put the nations in captivity. Or I can't wait to hunt them down. I can't wait for the spiritual power. You wasn't doing the fishing season, man. You wasn't out there laboring in the work, so you're not going to have the reward of subduing the nations. Everybody reading Psalms 18, right? You're reading Zechariah. You're looking at all the spiritual power. Your eyes getting big. You know, your damn lips getting chapped. You're looking, you can't drink no water. Hey, brother, that's not for you if you're not out there on the highways and byways.
Right.
But I want to get this precept first in Philippians chapter 3 and 12. Right, this is the book of Philippians chapter 3 and verse 12. It reads, brethren, I count not myself to have apprehended, but this one thing I do, forgetting those things which are behind and reaching forth into those things which are before. And that's how you have to be in this thing. It says forgetting everything that was behind, man. Your old life, who you was in the world, your dreams that you might have had, goals that you wanted to obtain. You understand? You might have wanted to be be an entrepreneur, be in the top five Forbes 500 list, right? You might have wanted to travel around the world. Jake, you know you had these big dreams, man, right? You might have been dealing with a woman in the world, right? You have to forget all those things which are behind and reach towards the finish line, which is the kingdom of heaven, right? Reading on. I press toward the mark. So like it says, I press toward the mark for the prize of the high calling of the Most High, right? In Hamashiach Yahushua. What does it mean I press toward the mark? Meaning when you see these people run these races, let's say if you know anything about track and field, you run like a 200-meter race and you kind of, you pace yourself a little bit in the beginning, you do your strides, but then when you kind of come around that curve, you kind of start pressing toward the mark. You kind of put your foot in the gas, for lack of better terms, and you kind of in overdrive mode. And that's how we have to be. We have to be pressing toward the mark in the last days, man. You got some people that's running the race and they looking in the crowd, they looking behind them, they get distracted by people in the audience. Then you got the man, he's dialed in and he pressing toward the mark, right? You got to
come on. It's the book of Luke, chapter 10 and verse 2. Therefore said he unto them, the harvest truly is great. So everything we could reap, you understand, in this thing, right? The slaves, the kingdom, immortality, everlasting life. The harvest is truly is great. And all you got to do is put the work in. You can't inspect the harvest of plentiful of all of these things, you understand, coming up if you're not putting in no work. Brothers just think all they got to do is just lay back and have faith. This is not Christianity. You must put this work in. The Lord put the work in, you understand? Paul put the work in. The 12 put the work in. All the disciples, you understand, the judges, all of the mighty men and the prophets, they was teaching out there, man. All hell was breaking loose. They was putting work in and day night for the Lord. But the laborers are few. So look at all of the harvest that we could reap, you understand, and everything the Lord could give us, but it's few laborers. I bring this out all the time. We may be out there at camp, maybe 15 of us, 20 of us, whatever the case may be. But out of that whole city, it may only be 12, right, to 20 to 40 people in the truth. Everybody else in the world, valley of the dry bones. Everybody walking to and fro, don't know what's going on. It's not a lot of workers in a vineyard. It says what? Are few. Pray ye therefore that the Lord of the harvest, that he would send forth laborers into the harvest. Right? So how we going to put this work in, you understand, if it ain't nobody doing no work? Can't be one man just putting the work in, one man putting the work in, he's sweating. It's a lot of work to do, man. Got the elect to be sealed, right? We spiritual physicians, right? We got here with the blind, the sick, the lame, the whole men with no understanding, they blind, right? We got a lot of work to do in this thing, and the Lord wants the mighty men of old, right, to put this work in. That's the only way you're going to receive your reward.
God, and when you look up this word, I'm gonna read Philippians chapter 3 and 14 again. It says, I press toward the mark for the prize of the high calling of the Most High, Hamashiach Yahushua. Now that word press in the Greek is diaco, and I'll play it out.
Strong's G 1377. Dioko.
Right? Dioko, it means to run swiftly in order to catch a person or a thing, to seek after eagerly, earnestly endeavor to acquire. See that? So when you press toward the mark, you're not just walking, you're not jogging. When people are in sprint mode, they sweating, man. They'll finish that race, their shirt will be all drenched in sweat. And a lot of them athletes, man, they had this Eve, I can't think of her name, but she's the fastest woman now in the damn world, I believe, man. Right? And when you watch these people kind of race, they don't just stop at the finish line. They so on fire, they run through the finish line. They really stop like damn, 15 yards after the finish line, ends, man. Because they so on fire. They in that sprint mode. They're pressing toward that mark. All right. And we have to be in that same fashion. We have to be like Peter, John, James, all the apostles, forsake everything immediately and follow the Lord, man. You can't wait. You can't beat around the bush. Let me get this other precept real quick. Actually, let me read on. This Philippians chapter 3 and 15. Let us therefore, as many as be perfect, be thus minded. And if anything ye be otherwise minded, the Most High shall reveal even this unto you. Meaning, if your mind frame was on the world, the Lord is letting you know, leave that stuff behind. Nevertheless, whereto we have already attained, let us walk by the same rule, let us mind the same thing. Brethren, be followers together of me, and mark them which walk so as ye have us for an example. Right? You got it out.
Right, it's the book of Mark, chapter 6 and verse 30. And the apostles gathered themselves together unto Yahushua and told him all things, both what they have done and what they have taught. And he said unto them, come ye yourselves apart into a desert place and rest a while. For there were many coming and going, and they had no leisure so much as to eat. Right? So they was on fire that they didn't even want to eat, man. They didn't even have leisure to eat, man. They didn't even have time to eat, you understand? Because they was doing the work. A lot of people, they may have time to, you understand, wash their car. No, they got time to damn walk their dog. They got time to do this frivolous stuff. But the real men of the Lord, they're going to have a tight schedule, man. They're going to have the work to be done, right? You understand? They're going to be occupied every single day of the week. They're going to have a schedule. They're going to be constantly running, constantly obtaining. And that teaches you discipline too, man. If you're not disciplined, then how you going to have any order, right? If you're not having any order, then your spirit can kind of be like a ribbon in the sky, man. You got to kind of force yourself to buckle down, have a schedule, read, pray, fast, teach, do whatever you got to do to obtain the kingdom, man. Now it's not time to play I'm on fire and to play not on fire, right? And the disciples, they didn't have no leisure. They didn't even have time to eat. And it says what? And they departed into a desert place by ship privately. And when the people saw them departing, and many knew him and ran afoot thither out of the cities, out of all cities. So they was running to see Yahushua, man. Right? Brothers got to be running toward the Lord, man. These same spirits is going to be the same spirits in these days running toward the Lord. It literally said, and the people saw them departing, and many knew him and ran afoot thither out of all cities, and outwent them and came together unto him. So Yahushua, right, all these men and women, they were running toward him. They weren't skipping. They were striding with all their might, man. Because he's going to be the one that wakes you up out of sleep, that heals you. You understand? That gives you everlasting life. He is the resurrection. So brothers got to have no type of leisure in this thing to give yourself over heaviness, folly, cares of this world, slothful spirits, and things that are not going to have you occupied in the truth.
That's right. Now I'm gonna show you this. This is Sister Shakari Richardson. That's how we gotta be in this thing, man. The Lord compare this truth to a race. Right? You're gonna see the sister with the orange hair kind of put the burners on. You know? And then they start pressing toward the mark. See that? And they kind of run through the finish line, man. You gotta be like that in this thing, man. They didn't just stop. Oh, here come the finish line. Let me kind of take my time. Right, and a lot of professionals, man, they're trained to start off at a certain rate and then slowly pick up the pace. Right, so you got to be like that in this thing. I want to go to Hebrews chapter 9. Right, I want to go to Hebrews the 9th chapter. Right, this is fishing season, man. Fishing season. Going out there on the highways and byways, casting your reel into the waters, making sure you have the right bait on there, the right lure to attract these fish. Right, you can't just go out there with no camp signs. You don't know no Bible, but you out there fishing. It's like going out there in the waters with no rod and no hook, man, and no line, and no bait and no lure. So when you out there, you gotta really know what's going on. You gotta know how to draw the people in. You gotta know what, and different fish are attracted to different lures. Certain fishes like the damn bright thing. Other fish, they like just the worm. Right? And I used to go fishing all the time, huh? You know, certain fishes they like the real damn. You can put damn whatever on it, and they'll take it. So you got to kind of know that when you're out there in the highways and byways, right? But I want to get this in Hebrews chapter 9. Like the Apostle Paul said, I made myself all unto all men. All right, this Hebrews chapter 9. It's like I want Luke chapter 9. It's lucky. Let's go to the book of Luke chapter 9, and I'll start at verse 57. This is Luke chapter 9 and 57. It reads, and it came to pass that as they went in the way, a certain man said unto him, Lord, I will follow thee whithersoever thou goest. And Yahweh said unto him, foxes have holes, and birds of the air have nests, but the Son of Man hath not where to lay his head. Meaning what? This man said, I'll follow. And a lot of people don't say, oh, Lord, I'll follow you. I'll be in this thing. Or send me into the truth. Send me out there. Yahweh pretty much told this man, hey, the life I live, are you cut out for it, man? It's an uncomfortable lifestyle I live. I don't sleep at a 5-star hotel, right? I don't have a palace. I'm on the go. You understand? I'm on the road. I live worse than beasts, man. Beasts could chill out and relax and be comfortable. But a servant of the Lord, hey, we on the go, man. Animals get more breaks than us, man. Dogs got the damn dog bed. Foxes got the den they can sleep in. It's 9 p.m. We still out there, man. On the highways and byways. So Yahweh is telling you, as a fisherman, as a servant of the Lord, your lifestyle is not going to be comfortable. You got to count the costs. Right? Reading on. It says, and he said unto another, follow me. But he said, Lord, suffer me first to go and bury my father. Yahweh said unto him, let the dead bury their dead, but go thou and preach the kingdom of God. So what Yahweh said is, if you want to follow me, you got to be all in. That's your family. He said, let the dead bury the dead. Meaning the spiritually dead, let them deal with that, man. You got Jake, I don't know, I can't come to camp. You know, my uncle had a funeral. Hey, you couldn't roll with the Lord. The Lord couldn't use you, man. The Lord would have told you, let the dead bury the dead. Oh, I gotta go to a wedding. I can't make the camp. The Lord would have said, hey, that ain't it. That's not what this thing is about. A lot of brothers say they follow the Lord. You probably couldn't roll with the Lord, man. The brother just brought out that the apostles couldn't even eat or drink. You know, they was out there doing the thing, man. Right? Let me Slacky. Go ahead, King. You got it.
It's the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 9, right in verse 20. Unto the Jews I became, right, as a Jew, that I may gain the Jews. So touching on what the brother said earlier, you got to know how to approach Jake when you out there, man. You can't say, hey, yeah, man, yeah, niggas, come on. You can't be acting like that, man. Right? You got elder people out there, right? You got older couples out there. You got to know how to be literally all into all men, man. Like Paul is going into, man. You see the young kids, hey, man, y'all come learn something, man. Hey, you right there. Hey, brother with the sneakers. Then the brother kind of turn around. Hey, brother, where you get those from? Then you kind of lure them, man. And you got, just like on the hook, man, you got to kind of play with the bait. And then the fish kind of might be looking at it from afar, right? You kind of lure it in, kind of jerking with it. Next thing you know, they on the line, man. For an older couple, you can't just say certain things, right? You got to literally go into how you're going to be teaching and what you're going to say. You got to be relatable out there, man, right? It says, unto the Jews I became a Jew, right? That I may gain the Jews. To them that are under the law, as under the law, that I may gain them that are under the law. To them that are without law, as without law, being not without law to God, but under the law of Yahweh, that I may gain them that are without law. So you got to be able to gain people and be relatable. You understand? Brother come up, right, not knowing what's going on, you know, immediately don't rebuke the brother. Tell the brother, you know what, brother, you a king. You got to build up the foundation. Then after it's built up, right, he's there, he's attentive, right, then you let him know the commandments. Don't the brother kind of walking by, you don't let nothing, you don't say nothing. Brother, you going to die. Then the brother kind of go like this. We had people that walk up that said, man, hey, they literally ran across camps and it made them not want to hear the word, man. And then they came across us. So we seen people have run-ins with different camps and different things. And you could scare somebody away from the word on a deeper level. You don't want to offend one of the little ones. So when you out there fishing, you got to know how to fish too. And you don't want to throw too much bait on the hook too and overwhelm somebody. You start breaking down Leviathan. You in Revelation, the 13th chapter. They don't even know who they are. Now you got to be wise in this thing also. You got it.
I got precept. This is 2 Maccabees chapter 15, verse 18. It says, for the care that they took for their wives and their children, their brethren and kinsfolk was in least account with them. But the greatest and principal fear was for the holy temple. Like brother's going to, we building up this holy temple now, man. You know, through the spirit, we built up the third temple, which is you know, the elect of the children of Israel. Hey, and we can't be too focused on our wives, women, children, and we got to make sacrifices in this truth. Right, in this truth, you gotta be wholeheartedly into this thing. To the point you lose, you may may not spend time as much with your child because you always studying, you always doing the work of the Lord. You can't go on dates every day with your wife. You know, you laid up with your wife all day. You can't be that man in the truth. Right, this is your wife now. You know what I'm saying? This is your wife, and you gotta love her and give her all your attention. Right, back in the world, you should be up to 3 in the morning on the phone with Eve. You can't do that now. Now you're up at 3 to 4 in the morning and you going through the scriptures. You know, so like your brother's going to, you got to be occupied in these prophecies, occupied in the wisdom of the ancients, right? Day and night. You got it.
Let me get this in the book of Nehemiah, right? And Nehemiah was on fire, man. Nehemiah was diligent, right? Everybody, you want to talk about the Apostle Paul and all these. Hey, Nehemiah was on fire, man. Right? This man, they built the whole wall in 52 days, man. People trying to kill this man, assassinate him, plot on his life. You understand? And this man, they was out there laboring, right? Hey, they was willing to kill people out there. Man, they had a weapon on one side. I'm not going to read the whole book of Nehemiah. Don't say, well, where is that at? Read Nehemiah. It's only 13 chapters, right? You can read it, man. I'm not going to read every account. But this is Nehemiah chapter 4, and I'm going to read verse 17, right? It reads, that it's like in Nehemiah 4 and 17. And which build it on the wall, and they that bear burdens with those that led it. Every one with one of his hands wrought in the work, and with the other hand held a weapon. So they working, like the brother said, fishermen were also spiritual stone masons, right? Masonry, meaning you work with stones, we're architects, and we're building a foundation of the temple. We have many occupations. Brothers are husbandmen, right? Jake is used to working all these shops. That's how it is in this truth. Your husband, you work in the vineyard. You're a laborer in the vineyard. You work on a temple. You're a fisherman. We do all types of things, man. Right? But it says they had one hand a weapon in their hand, and another hand they had the stone and the tools they would use, man. So they might have been willing to kill somebody because you got these heathen, these men coming up trying to attack them and prevent them from doing the work of the Lord. It says, for the builders, everyone had his sword girded by his side, and so built it. And he that sounded the trumpet was by me. And I said unto the nobles, and to the rulers, and to the rest of the people, the work is great and large. And we are separated from the wall, one far from another. And this work is great and large, man. Right? So like the brother.
Come.
Let me read that again. This is Nehemiah chapter 4 and 19. It says, and I said unto the nobles and to the rulers and to the rest of the people, the work is great and large, and we are separated from the wall, one far from another. Right? And we're separate as a people scattered abroad, but we still have to do this work. We have to gather together. This work is great and large, man. It's a hard task to go out there and teach all these Israelites who they are, where they're from, where God is, what their heritage is, how to repent. It reads, and what place therefore ye hear the sound of the trumpet, resort ye thither unto us, our God shall fight for us. So in this trumpet, which is just, this is literal, but on a spiritual level, when a trumpet, this word goes out, our people are supposed to gather together, right? unto Yahweh Shah, so we can do this work and not be separate one from another. So we labored in the work. They didn't say they took their time. Nehemiah didn't have a vacation, man. Hey, I went into the account in the Josephus. I'm gonna bring this up real quick, Salakia. This is a quick account from the Josephus of Nehemiah. If you have that, I believe it's book 11. I may put it on the comment board. I'll find it, but it's in Josephus. Now it says, this is a quick excerpt about Nehemiah. It says he also went about the compass of the city by night, being never discouraged, neither about the work itself, nor about his own diet and sleep. For he made no use of those things for his pleasure, but out of necessity. And this trouble he underwent for 2 years and 4 months. So this man Nehemiah was like the apostles, man. A lot of our forefathers, they didn't have time to sit back and relax and go on vacation and travel around the world. He didn't have time to eat or drink, right? So I'm gonna go back to Nehemiah 4 and 21. Here's the last point I want. It reads, so we labored in the work. So brothers gotta labor, man. You have to go out there. You have to, then your knees might hurt, your back might hurt, you know, your damn feet swelled up, your throat gone. And it's like you. So we labored in the work, and half of them held the spears from the rising of the morning to the stars appeared. And I know brothers, they can't go to camp for more than an hour. Then they ready to go. You start camp at damn 3 o'clock, it's an hour in, and brothers looking at their watch. Ready to go. You ask them to hand, get the damn sign up. So the slavery sign, a sign upside down. They mad they gotta get it. Right? You got their hands in their pockets, they looking around. They just waiting for something for an Edomite to come up. Then they might chime in. Right? They in the back, they might be on the phone. No, these men labored, man. From morning to the stars appeared. That's like 15 hours, man. Can Jake hold camp? And they're physically working. Jake, you can't stand for 15 hours. They're building big, heavy bricks. They got a sword in the hand. They're moving stuff. They on fire, man. They sweating. People trying to literally kill them while they building. People damn throwing big dodging bows and arrows. They still building. They might have to kill a damn heathen and keep building. It's over 15 plus hours. So like the brother said in 2 Maccabees 15 and 18, our concern is about the temple. Not what dress your wife want to wear, man. You know, you up all night trying to buy a dress for your wife, man. You know, you got it.
Come. Right, it's the book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 34 and verse 10. And they put in the hand of the workmen that had the oversight of the house of the Lord, and they gave it to the workmen that wrought in the house of the Lord to repair and to amend the house. Right, so the house is broken down. And what is spiritual house? You understand? You got a damn doorknob all halfway hanging off, the back door kicked in, right? The damn window, you didn't even know windows there. Windows stashed. You know, you got the damn hedge kind of rocking back and forth. Oh, hell breaking loose, man. We got to repair this house. You understand? The temple of the Lord. Everybody's a brick. Everybody's a stone. We got to come back together, right, in these last days. It says, even to the artificers and the builders gave they it to buy hew stones and timber, right, and components, and to the floor of the house which the kings of Judah had destroyed. And the men did work faithfully. So it said the men, they work faithfully, man. You can't work in this thing when you feel like it. This is not a job where, you know what, I rested up, I soaked my feet, now I must go out and labor. It's going to be times where your voice done ran out, man. You still got to go out there. Your feet still hurt and swell. And we got an elder in the camp, right? 70 damn plus years old, man, right? Going through all type of ailments, and he's still out there, man. And then you got grown men in their 20s that can't get off their ass off the couch and go out there and pass out flyers, man. So you can see who really want this thing and it's truth. It's going to sincerely be manifest who really wants the kingdom of heaven, man. You're not going to look at a brother and he kind of fooled you. No, you're going to see that brother sweating, he doing the work. You're gonna see that brother always making the videos. You're gonna see that light and that spirit on that brother, man. And it's not gonna go out. It's not gonna be flickering. Because he's one track minded, like the brothers are bringing out, man. He's not worried about this world. He's not worried about women. He's not worried about his friends. He's not worrying about what people think, man. He's worrying about the house of the Lord. It says, and the men did work faithfully, and the overseers of them were Jathan and Obadiah, the Levites, the sons of Merthra and Zechariah, and Meshullam of the sons of the Kohathites, to set it forward, and other the Levites, all that could skill of instruments of music. So while they was doing the work, man, they turned up too, man. And that's what we got to do. We got to do the work of the Lord and receive our reward in the end. And that's that beautiful song, you understand? The song of Moses on a spiritual level. So everybody got to earn the kingdom of heaven. You can't just sit there and relax and keep 3 commandments, wear a beard, fringes, no shrimp, crab, and lobster, keep the Sabbath day, and think you're going to obtain, man. The mighty men of the Lord, they endured in this thing. You got it.
All right, I got a quick precept. Like the brothers bringing out, even in the world, you got these like these bodybuilders. They call them gym rats. They always in the gym. They're not like the average person who kind of work out just to get their body right for the summer. They're not like that. So like they're not the average person get their body right for the summer, or like the average person that might work out from time to time. They always constantly in the gym, right? No matter what. This is Philippians chapter 2 and verse 25. And it reads, yeah, I suppose it necessary to send to you Epaphroditus, my brother and companion in labor and fellow soldier, but your messenger, and he that ministered to my wants. Right. So Paul is talking about Epaphroditus, right, who's a laborer in this thing, who labored with Paul. And it says, for he longed after you all and was full of heaviness, because that ye had heard that he had been sick. For indeed that he was sick nigh unto death, but God had mercy on him, but not on him only, but on me also, lest I should have sorrow upon sorrow. Right? So Epaphroditus was nigh unto death, man. This man was sick. He probably had, cancer. Maybe, who knows? But he was dying. He was out there dying. People, brothers be out there, like I said, can't come because they going to a funeral. Can't come to camp because, they sick. They feet hurt from standing up Friday night. They was up all night Friday night at camp, and now they feet hurt, so they can't come to camp Saturday. They got a headache. None of that matter, man. Epaphroditus was nigh unto death, laboring hard for the Lord, man. That's the same spirit we got to have on us. They don't matter what happened to us. We be out there in crunches. It's brothers out there in a wheelchair doing the work, right? So that's the spirit brothers got to be in, man. And I got another quick
quick points, like a king. I seen the brother teaching a multitude of people. He was in a wheelchair, man, with no legs, out there prophesying mighty. You got it out.
I think it's a brother in HOI that's in a wheelchair.
Yeah, yep.
I don't know the brother name, but he laboring in a wheelchair, man.
Yep.
Right. This is Acts chapter 20 and verse 7. And it reads, and it says, and upon the first day of the week, when the disciples came together to break bread, Paul preached unto them, ready to depart on the morrow, and continue his speech until midnight. Like the brother going to all the way to the stars came out, man. So Paul preaching over into midnight. And it says, and there were many lights in the upper chamber where they were gathered together. And there sat in a window a certain young man named Itichus. It's like it says, being fallen into a deep sleep. And as Paul was long preaching, he sunk down with sleep and fell down from the third loft and was taken up dead. Hey, so Paul is preaching so late for so long with a man in the window listening to the point he fell asleep because he was up so late, still prophesying, still preaching the word. And it says, and Paul went down and fell on him, and embracing him said, trouble not yourselves, for his life is in him. When he therefore was come up again and had broken bread and eaten and taught a long while, even till break of day, so he departed. Right, so Paul was out there all night doing the work, man. But wasn't out there for 2 hours, maybe 3 or 4 hours, but all night. It's like you got it, King.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, that's a long time. To the breaking up the day, he teaching that's anywhere between. That's like a 12-hour camp, man. 15-hour camp, from anywhere between like 4:30 p.m. to like maybe 6:30 a.m. non-stop, no breaks. He don't got a reader. He don't got nobody holding posts. He just going in 15 hours. And this man, Paul, was on another level, man. You know, this man was on a completely another level. I want to get this precept. And we gotta look at that, man. And we gotta be on fire. You know, I'll be reading these accounts. I said, man, we not like our forefathers, man. I'll be thinking about that all the time. I said, our forefathers was on a higher level, man. They had a better mind than a lot of us, man. It was more diligent. And that's the Most High set them up as examples for us to obtain and aspire to be like, man. You know, in the world, you want to be like Michael Jordan. You want to be like damn Tupac. You want to be like these damn celebrities. Now, when we read these accounts, like, man, we got to be like Paul, man. We got to get like Nehemiah. We got to be like John the Baptist. We got to be like these holy forefathers, right? Let me get the classic. This is the book of It's like, let me get it real quick. Brother got it. All right, if a brother don't have it, I'll find it real quick. This John. So I can bear with me. This is the book of John. Yeah, I'll read Acts. All right, I'll read Acts real quick. This is the book of Acts 17 and 17. Therefore disputed he and the synagogues with the Jews and with the devout persons and with the market daily with them that met with him. So he didn't take breaks. You know, we hold camp in Baltimore. We hold camp, you know, at the most maybe three times a week. If the spirit really on us, we might do like a Thursday camp. We might do a 4-day. There was a time we did you know, a whole lot of camps. But this man, he was out there every day, man. He didn't do a 30-day camp challenge, a 15-day. Every day he's out there, and he's not out there for 2 hours. I'm led to believe he was out there for 15 hours. Right? Then he might go to sleep. Then he wake up and he right back out there. Paul didn't have a woman. He ain't had no kids. You know what I'm saying? He ain't had to do all he did. His mind was just do the work, man. You know, it says daily, every damn day. You had dudes that couldn't keep up with the Apostle Paul. Like the brother John. I'm not gonna you read about the brother Mark. That's why him and Barnabas split up when you read that account. Because Paul wanted. Oh, you had it, Yardan? Oh, Yardan got the account.
This is Acts 15 and 37. And Barnabas determined to take with him, like would take with them, John, whose surname was Mark. But Paul thought not good to take with them, who departed from them from Pamphylia, and went not with them to work, to the work. So he wasn't doing the work, right? He wasn't in the same level. And Paul knew this, and the contention was so sharp between them that they departed asunder from one the other. And so Barnabas took Mark and sailed unto Cyprus. And Paul chose Silas and departed, being recommended by the brethren unto the grace of Yahweh. And he went through Syria and Sicilia, confirming the churches.
Right. So, this man Paul was on such a level. He only wanted brothers on fire around him, huh? He didn't want slothful men who don't want to do the work. Yeah, that is Mark. That is my best friend. I've been knowing him. You know, he wrote the whole book of Mark. You got Matthew, Mark, you got Luke, you got John. I don't care if this man wrote the whole book of Mark. If he not on fire, I don't want him around me, man. That's what Paul said. And then he got into an argument, man. It's just the contention was sharp. So Paul took this thing serious. Damn, he probably foaming at the mouth. When you got when two Jakes get into it, and you know, people everybody's watching. Everybody, they loud. Barnabas probably doing this. Paul probably doing this. Probably talking, they spitting, foaming at the mouth. Damn, heads button. I'm not taking them, you know? So we got to be on that level, man. Only brothers that's diligent, they got to be around us, man. Or that spirit going to hop on us and we're going to be slothful. And Mark walked with the Lord. It's not like he was a nigga. He walked with the Lord. He wrote the whole book of Mark. You know? You got it, King.
It's the book, right, of First Thessalonians, chapter 2, right, in verse, I'm going to start at 6. It says, nor of men sought we glory, neither of you, nor yet of others, when we might have been burdensome as the apostles of Hamashiach Malak Yahushua. But we were gentle among you, even as a nurse cheerfully her children. So being affectionately desirous of you, we were willing to have imparted unto you not the gospel of God only, but also our own souls, because ye were dear unto us. Right? So the apostles, they love the church, man. They love doing the work, man. They love the Lord and they love the people. Don't just show up, I gotta labor for the Lord. Right? You picking up the Bible, you sent them, then you teach for 45 minutes and then you leave. You got to truly love your people if you're going to do this work too, man. That come a part of it, man. Cameras on, cameras off, man. Right? You could be by yourself. If you see a brother look like he need the word, hey, brother, bring it out to him, man. You don't have to be at camp. You got to truly love your people to be in a position to want to teach them, man. It says what? For ye remember, brethren, our labor and travail, for laboring night and day. So like the brothers keep bringing out, man, they was doing this thing from the sun came up to the sun came down, man. They was doing the work of the Lord constantly, from day to night, from night to day. It says laboring night and day because we would not be chargeable unto any of you. We would preach unto you the gospel of Yahweh. So he told them plain, man. Like we was working night and day. We didn't get no sleep. We didn't get no vacations. It wasn't no breaks. It wasn't chill time, right? It wasn't relaxed out. They was doing the work of the Lord constantly from the sun up to the sun down. And that's how brothers got to be, man, right? We try to hold through the spirit the Day of Atonement, right? We try to go for hours, right? Lord willing, man, we could go 24 hours, man. Brothers want to do that through the spirit, man. I know I want to do that through the spirit, right? And brothers, hey, man, we went 10 hours last year.
Yeah, a little bit over 10 through the spirit of the mercy of the Lord.
Right. And before that, I believe it was 7 hours. The year before that one. So we went 7 hours straight. Then we did 10. And Lord, hey, man, Lord willing, man, we could do 24. Right? We got to kick this thing up, man. You got to go harder than you was going yesterday. You got to continue to increase so the Lord could put more and more talents on you so you can gain more wisdom, more knowledge, more strength, and more faith, man. The more weaker you are in this thing, the more the Lord is going to chip off that talent and blow your candle out. You got it.
I want to get this in this Nehemiah chapter 3 and 4. And next unto them repaired Meremoth, the son of Urijah, the son of Kaz. And next unto them repaired Meshullam, the son of Berechiah, the son of Meshezabeel. And next unto them repaired Zadok, the son of Baana. And next unto them, so they're all building a wall. They're repairing and building a wall. And next unto them, the Tekoites repaired, but their nobles put not their necks to the work of the Lord. You always gonna have brothers that feel like they're too high and mighty to do the work, man. I'm not going out there, man. I'm not teaching the people, man. I'm not going to be out there for hours. I got stuff I got to do. I got to spend this money, right? I got my family I got to be around. It's always brothers that think they're too high and mighty to go out there and labor, man. You got to be like the brother said, sometimes you out there too. And we was in Houston one time. We was out there like 2:30 in the morning, man. You know? Or whatever time we was like, it's times in Baltimore, we close camp mad late, man. Brothers be looking at us, oh, when y'all gonna close up? Hey, whenever the Lord have us close up, man. Mm-hmm. And we only through the spirit we close up because brother you got to take care of our brethren. But every time when we want to teach for them, keep going, man.
All right.
So we gotta go hard in this thing. And you gotta be the brother that puts your neck to the work of the Lord, man. It ain't gonna come easy. The Lord said the laborer is worthy of his reward or is higher. So in order to get your higher and get your reward, you have to labor. The Lord said in Sirach 7:15, hate not laborer's work, neither husbandry which the Most High hath ordained. Man. So you have to love laborer's work. And them camps when your throat going, you can't speak at the end of camp. Your knees hurt. The winter camps when it's 4 degrees outside and you can't feel your hands. You got the damn Put your hands in your pockets, but it's not cold, and your neck frozen. Or the camp, we had a camp where brothers' beards got frozen in the middle of camp, man. You know, they have icicles on the beards. And brothers still out there teaching. Right? You remember that camp?
Gone.
Yeah, brothers, damn icicles growing in their beards. And it's not like nobody out there. Jake is out there. You got brothers saying you can't go out in the wintertime because nobody's out there. Israelites, they be out there in all types of seasons. Ask these brothers in these Cleveland and Detroit, man. They did with them harsh winters.
We call it the I think the winter of 2019, the great winter of 2019, where there was a huge blizzard, right? It was great and vast, and it was a sister being taught in the midst of that blizzard. Nobody could see nothing. Brothers kept saying, Salakia, I can't see. But then they still tried. Brothers still read. And the sister was nodding her head. She said, yeah, I got to get dressed. Yeah, I got to get a fringe. You know, she was sincere. She was sincere about it all, you know. And the angels in the back was, you know, it was cheering. We have faith that they were.
Hey, last time I checked, Satan don't take no breaks in the wintertime. It's never too cold for the spiritual demon Satan. And the Most High say, hey, look, you can just stay up here in the third heaven. You relax, Satan. You take this winter off. December, January, and February, and early March, you can take that time off. Satan don't take time off, man. You know, when the angels rejoice, they always got the instruments ready to rejoice, man. They don't just take those instruments out to rejoice in the summertime. You know, you got brothers that only go out when it's warm out. Literally when it's 85 degrees, then they going out. And you driving or you looking for them in the wintertime, where the hell they at? And what happened to all of these brothers? You know? Let me get this quick precept real quick. And it's all about fishing season, man. See the spirit, then we're gonna go into hunting season. Right? Fishing season and hunting season. This Proverbs chapter 20 and 4. The sluggard, it might as well say the nigga. Right? It might as well, you know, it says the sluggard.
Dang.
Right? And if you look at a slug move, a slug ain't going nowhere anytime soon, man. I don't have to pull up a video. You've seen that slug. You might have been outside. If you're from the city, you probably never really seen it. Right? But if you kind of been out and about, brother seen slugs before. Kind of just, you know, kind of.
You don't look at it for too long because you just know it's not going nowhere.
Yeah. You might have thought it wasn't moving. It says the sluggard will not plow by reason of the cold. Therefore shall he beg and harvest and have nothing. See that? So that's spiritual. If you don't want to plow in the worst elements, you're going to be begging the Lord to get you out, and the Lord ain't going to have nothing for you. You got to plow in the wintertime too, man. Oh, man, it's 50 and low, we don't go. That's camp models, man. 50 and below, we don't go. And they teach their congregation that. You know? Evil. You got it, Art.
I got a quick. Oh, it's like you got.
I got one after you. Oh, let me put it real quick. This is right 4 and 4. Reject not the supplication of the afflicted, neither turn away thy face from a poor man. And when you tell a congregation or a camp, you know, don't go out when it's 50 and below, you turn away your face from a poor man, your brother, right? Is that a tooth?
It's a slug.
It's a slug. He's not going nowhere. And a man that rejects his brother, he's a slug. He's a sluggard. Right? Reject not the supplication of the afflicted, neither turn away thy face from a poor man. If you do that, what you think the Lord's going to do to you? You think he's going to have all his eyes on you and, you know, he's going to protect you even more? No. You're going to reject your supplication. He's going to reject your prayers. You got it.
Quick, 2 precepts. This is 2 Timothy chapter 4 and verse 2. And it reads, preach the word, be instant in season, out of season, reprove, rebuke, exhort with all long suffering and doctrine. So we gotta be in season and out of season. It can't just be like brother said when it's 85 and sunny. You know, it's clear outside, the birds chirping. You gotta be out there in season, out of season, right? And in Cleveland, we had this was years ago. I had camped in the blizzard too. We camped in the blizzard. It was just me and one other brother. We was camping in the blizzard, and like I said, brothers came up. People came up. We was breaking the word down to them, and they was hearkening. You know what I'm saying? All throughout the winter, brothers should be out there nonstop, just as you are in the summertime, man. You can't take breaks. They never took breaks. You know, they didn't prophesying the downfall of a kingdom, and then say, you know what, and then they just stopped. They just stopped prophesying for 7 months out the year because it'd be cold out there. That don't happen. Especially if you in Detroit and Cleveland, it's cold most of the year. Literally, we be preaching 3 months out the whole year. Out the June, July, August, we might get in September, and after that, we done. No, that's off. We gotta do this thing all year. This is Corinthians.
You got it. I got to point out to you.
2 Corinthians 11 and 22. Right, it's Paul speaking. He says, "Are they Hebrews? So am I. Are they Hebrews? So am I. Are they Israelites? So am I. Are they the seed of Abraham? So am I. Are they ministers of Hamashiach? I speak as a fool. I am more in labors more abundant, in stripes above measure, in prisons more often, more frequent, in deaths often." Right, so you might go out there, you might face death out there, man. You may get locked up, be in prison. Paul had to deal with all these things, man. This was the man of the Lord this would come with it. It's part of counting the cost. And it says, "Of the Jews 5 times received I 40 stripes, save one. Thrice was I beaten with rods. Once was I stoned. Thrice I suffered shipwreck. A night and a day I have been in the deep, in journeyings often, in perils of water, in perils of robbers, in perils by my own countrymen, in perils by the heathen, in perils of the city, in perils in the wilderness, in perils in the sea, in perils among false brethren, in weariness and painfulness, in watching often, in hunger and thirst, and fasting often, in cold and nakedness." So even in the cold, you got to deal with it, man. Right? So you got to deal with it in the wintertime. Like I said, false brethren, getting stoned. You got to deal with all of that, man. Brothers want to fight you. Brothers might start shooting. It was shooting at the Unity camp in Cleveland. All hell may break loose out there. You got to deal with it. And part of dealing with it is dealing with that wintertime, man.
Come on. And to touch on that real fast, right? One of my favorite camps is it was no camera, wasn't nobody out there, right? It was me, Laquan, it was one other brother. You remember what I'm talking about?
That was me, you, your Tazadot.
Yeah. I think that was it.
Was that it?
I think so.
It might have been it.
I think it was like a random Wednesday. We was just teaching, wasn't nobody out there, no camera. We just prophesying to the wind, man. And I love that camp, man. Because I felt the spirit of the Lord out there. I felt the angels out there, man. We love teaching, man. You got to love teaching in this thing, man. Brothers got to tap brothers on the shoulder while we teaching. Because damn, 3 hours will feel like 5 minutes, man. You out there teaching, then a brother kind of like, "Dang, bro, what's going on?" Like, damn, I feel like I just got up here, man. Right? We want more hours in a day to do the work of the Lord, man. I don't want to teach for 3 minutes. Brothers shouldn't want to go to camp, then they kind of read. You know, I'll read for a little bit. Brothers should strain their voice, man. We living in the end, man. You can't, there ain't no reset button. Once you give up the ghost, once the Lord take your spirit, you understand, once something happened to you, it's a wrap. You had the chance to do the work of the Lord. And what was you spending your time doing, man? It's the book of Job, chapter 29 and verse 15. "I was eyes to the blind." So Job was doing the work in the spirit. Job was out there shaking the hand. He was teaching the people. Said, "I was eyes to the blind, and feet, Salakia, and feet was eye to the lame." Meaning he was giving charity, he was giving love, and he was teaching on a spiritual level. "I was a father to the poor, and I caused, and the cause which I knew not, I searched out." So he was a king, man. He searched out these matters. He searched out things he didn't know to help his people. "And I break the jaws of the wicked, and I plucked the spoil out of their teeth," man. Right? So Job was a man of war. "Then I said, I shall die in my nest, and I shall multiply my days as the sand. My root was spread out by the waters." To us being men as trees, your root got to be spread by the waters, man. Can't be spread on dry land. Can't be spread and your damn wife all day. Whatever you get your strength in is where your roots are going to tangle in it. And if it doesn't have a strong foundation, it's going to tumble over and fall, man. My root was spread out by the waters, right? The knowledge. And the dew laid all night upon my branch. That dew is the knowledge. You're going to want the knowledge to lay all night on your branches, man. You don't want that sun to come out, hell, affliction, right? Turmoil, perilous times. You start to dry out as that tree, and you start to wither away, man. You can't wither away in this thing, man. In this garden, you have to continue to get watered and watered by the knowledge, and let the dew lay all night upon your branch, man. My glory was fresh in me, and my bow was renewed in my land. Unto me men gave ear, and waited and kept silence at my counsel. After my words, they spake not again, and my speech dropped upon them. It dropped upon them because he was speaking the knowledge of the Lord, which were the living waters. And they waited for me as for the rain. And that's deep, man. They said they was waiting for Job. You want to be that man that comes around that brothers can get knowledge from. Brothers can get parables and breakdowns from. You want to be that brother that's valuable to the truth, man. You don't want to be that last link, that sluggard. You know, the door about to close and then somebody put their foot right at the damn end of the door. Right was about to close. Don't be that brother, man. Be the brother opening the door. Come on in. Let's get the work done. You gotta put this work in this thing. The Lord said what? And they waited for me as for the rain, and they opened their mouth wide as for the latter rain. And we got to open our mouths, right, to receive the knowledge and water of the Lord, man. And we got to literally be rooted and right by the waters, because if not, we're not going to make it. Right? I want to jump down to verse 25. I chose out their way and set chief, and I dwelt as a king in the army, as one that comforteth the mourners. So we got to comfort the mourners out here being fishing season. You know, you had a woman at camp. Last time we was at camp, she was crying, man. Right? She may have been on drugs. Right? She may not know what's going on. She may damn near be homeless. We don't know what our people going through when we talking to them. We got to be there for the mourners, man. Who's more afflicted, oppressed than us, man? You never know what these people are going through. And you have the spirit on you to give them everything they need in the situation that they're going through. You got it.
God. And I was going to say too, man, up there at Penn and North, that's one of the worst spots, I believe, in Babylon the Great, man. That spot, Penn and North in Baltimore, it's bad, man. It's like zombie land, man. Everybody on heroin. I mean, that stuff, I was talking to Thawam, that stuff make you want to cry, fight. Hey, Rob, was you there when they was talking about the woman with the one leg? They was getting on her?
Yeah.
Man, that stuff is bad out there, man.
Yeah.
They was about to damn fight the woman with one leg in the wheelchair. That's why you can't afford no and they was junkies. See, they were strung out. You know how junkies get. That's why you can't afford that one leg. You one leg be out. And then she had to get in a wheelchair. The bus came down. You know how they let the rep down. She rolled in the bus and she had her head down, man. You know, she kind of, I believe she started crying.
Yeah, it was bad.
It was bad, man. And I want to go over there and kind of fight them people, man. But the spirit had it. I don't know if brother saw it, but the spirit had it when they was mocking her and getting on her. About 3 minutes later, man, I was mad. I was gonna go over there and say something. But this brother over there, he kind of called me. He kind of asked me to come over there. I said, I'm not coming over there. He called me over there, or he came to me. He was like, look, you ain't like that. I said, no, I ain't like that. I ain't never seen the guy before. And then like he walked back and I ain't see him again. And then like 7 minutes later, this car pulled up with this Eve. And this random Eve start kind of getting on them, man. And I said, that's of the Lord. Start mocking them for being junkies, for their feet being all busted up, laughing at them. Then the car peeled off. And I was like, that's of the Lord right there, man. That's a swift judgment, you know? And then the damn ambulance came and she almost died, man. It'd be bad out there. I want to get this precept real quick because the brothers are going into fishing. This Luke, right? Chapter 5 while we're here. It's like I want John 21, right? We bring this out often. It's John 21, right? John chapter 21 and verse 5. It reads, I'll start at 3. John 21 and 3. Simon Peter saith unto them, I go a fishing. They said to him, we also go with thee. They went forth and entered into a ship immediately, and that night they caught nothing. Now this literally happened. But if a brother say he want to go fishing and do the work, hey, guess what? We going with that brother, right? Peter said, I go a fishing. They didn't say, all right, well, you deal with that. They said, no, we going with you, man. If a brother say he want to go do the work, he hit up the damn brother. Guess what? We're going to be out there with that brother, right? Now it says they caught nothing. I mean, this is literally happening. They didn't catch any literal fish. But you might be out there spiritually, and you might not catch anything. You might get a few scoffers. You might have somebody trying to fight you. You know, it might be prophesying to the wind. There are times when nobody's really out there. You might not catch nothing. But when the morning was come, it's like it. But when the morning was now come, Yahushua stood on the shore, but the disciples knew not that it was Yahushua. Then Yahushua said unto them, children, have ye any meat? They answered him, no. And he said unto them, cast the net on the right side of the ship, and ye shall find. They cast therefore, and now they were not able to draw it for the multitude of fishes. So when you're out there fishing, you got to cast your net on the right side of the waters. You can't cast it on the left side of the waters. It has to be on the right side. Now, they literally did that, but what do we learn from that? When we out there fishing, we have to be in a righteous spirit when we out there doing the work, on the right side. And then the fish that they caught, they couldn't damn number the fish, man. The net almost broke due to the great amount of fish that they caught. So anytime you're out there teaching and doing the work, make sure you're casting your net on the right side of the waters. Don't cast your net on the left side. Man, don't go out there just to get on Esau. You got brothers that go out there because Esau, damn, make them work overtime, and they want to go out there and just get on the nations. That's casting your net on the left side. Going out there just talking to the camera. We know brothers that just go out there and teach, and they just talk to the camera all day. They're all of the sheep walking by, but they so busy talking to the camera. That's them casting their net on the left side of the ship. Yahushua, I'm going to read that part again, John 21:6. And he said unto them, you got people out there for vainglory, to be seen. There was a brother I knew, he said, we was teaching and the camera died, and he said, no, I don't want to teach no more. He said, I'm done. He said, what happened? He said, the camera rolled off. And guess what? We marked that brother. And that brother's not around. Right? That brother, he's smoking weed now. You know? He literally said, I'm not teaching because the camera's not rolling. So guess what? He's not going to make it. That's casting your net on the left side. We have to cast our net on the right side, meaning be sincere, be keeping the commandments, go out there with a sincere spirit, with an upright heart. Let me get this precept in Ecclesiastes real quick, chapter 10 and 2. Right? With the right and the left-hand side. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 10 and 2. A wise man's heart is at his right hand, but a fool's heart at his left. So you'd be a fool if you're out there fishing on the left-hand side. That would be a foolish way. Fishing on the right-hand side would be moving in wisdom, because that's what a wise man's heart is in his right hand. All right, let me read on to John 21. John 21:7. Right, going back to John, it reads, therefore that disciple whom Yahushua loved saith unto Peter, it is the Lord. So John the Revelator, he told Peter, look, that's Yahushua. Right, so John was on a different level. Now when Simon Peter heard that it was the Lord, he girt his fisher's coat unto him, for he was naked, and did cast himself into the sea. So meaning you got to make sure you clothe before you deal with the Lord, man. You know, before you walk and approach the Lord, you can't be naked, man. Make sure you got your spiritual garment on that day. So when you fishing and you in the waters, make sure you got your fisher's coat on. If you watch they used to have this show called Deadliest Catch. It used to come on back in the day on the Discovery Channel, like maybe 2009, 2010. And you got the damn shit being tossed with the waves. And they got to wear like this extra, thick fisher's coat because that wind will blow them off the ship, man. They'll get hypothermia, pneumonia. So you have to make sure you clothed and prepared when you're out there fishing. Every brother should have a fisher's coat on when they out there, man. You should be cast on the right-hand side. You got to prepare for this thing. You can't go out there and fish naked. You can't go out there and fish without your damn fisher's coat, or you're not going to make it. You know, you're not going to be able to endure the elements. The fisher's coat helps you endure the elements. Another way of saying your fisher's coat is the armor of the Lord. You got it, King.
And that's literally one of the most dangerous jobs ever. To be
Yep.
out there fishing. You know, people think that's a light. When people think of fishing, they think of sitting back and you got the straw hat tilted down and the straw sticking out your mouth.
Right.
And chilling laid back. Fishing gets intense because your goal is to bring in food. Not only for you, but for the household and for the nation ultimately. Because that's where it's going. And when we fish out there in the highways and byways, you know, not only are we helping out, you know, our brothers, but we ultimately helping out the nation, because that's one less brother that'll pick up a gun. That's one less brother that'll pick up the blunt. That's one more brother that's going to turn the other cheek. And that's nothing but love. And not only that, the Lord sees and acknowledges all of that. So it's dangerous out there, because brothers, we get shot at. You know, some brothers, you know, get tossed in the prison houses. Brothers, you know, we got into fights. Brothers threw glass bottles at us, eggs, ice. The list goes on. Anything can go out there. You know, brothers, you know, we all got our fair share of stories. So this fisherman's job is no joke. And this is one more point. This is one of those jobs, you know, you don't really sign up for. The Lord kind of just come here. You know, kind of like those recruiters. Like, come here real quick. And they just in it. Those recruiters, you know, they literally just fish for people, right? Day and night. And they be adamant about it. Look, you can get this, that, and the third. You get this Mustang. And a lot of Jake, yeah, all right. And they dive into it. Jake wasn't looking for that. But the recruiters, they was looking for them.
That's right. That's right. And I want to show, like Yaradam was going into, that this from the show Deadliest Catch, right? And that is a dangerous job. Like, we out there, like Yaradam said, it's not a relax you with your great uncle, right? With that big red cooler, and he drinking the beer, and he said, that's not how you do it. You kind of throw it out there. No, man, your life is on the line. You know, we're gonna show you that.
That was good too.
Can brother see it?
Yeah.
See that?
What am I supposed to do?
See that? He said, what am I supposed to do? Now, it's hard to see, but you can look it up on your own. People saying, oh God, no. What am I supposed to do? You know? And the damn wave come up, you look around and swoop a brother up and throw him on there. You gotta have your fisherman's coat on, man. You have to have your fisherman's coat on. Otherwise, you're not going to endure the elements. These demons going to get on you, right? You're not going to be able to go out there and be profitable. The spirit's going to work on your mind. So you got to learn from these things, man. And the Lord can pop up any second. So you always have to be prepared to deal with these waters, man, as a fisherman. Right, I'm going to play like 10 more seconds. Salaki, bear with me.
Jake, what just happened? Jake, what just happened? We just took a big wave over the port side.
Just seconds apart, two 40-foot waves broke over the deck of the Saga.
Oh, God, you guys. Oh, God, you guys. Oh, God.
The first submerged the starboard rail just as the second
See that?
wave hit, nearly capsized.
See that? So they said the ship nearly capsized, man. So this fisherman job, this is a dangerous job, man. This is dangerous, you know? And you couldn't be no weak guy. I'm fishing that's damn heavy, man. Fishing coolers. If brother's been fishing, you know it's a dirty job. It's a hard job. It's a heavy job, and your life is on the line. You know? You got it, King.
This First Timothy, real quick. Chapter 5, verse 18, for the scripture saith, right, in the Old Testament, for the scripture saith, thou shalt not muzzle the ox that treadeth out the corn, and the laborer is worthy of his reward. And, you know, they don't get paid minimum wage doing all of that. What we just seen. They're not getting $9 an hour. They're getting paid big bucks in this world, right? You know, of course, in this world, they're getting paid. How much more fishing for the Lord, fishing for Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai? You get a penny. That's worth more than all of that. You know, for those who have an ear, let them hear. Brothers got it.
Con, you bring out Luke chapter 5.
I was just about to ask the brother. That was the spirit. 5 and 7.
Con,
You got it. You got it.
Con. It's the book it's the book of Luke chapter 5. Right. I'm gonna start at verse 2. And saw two ships standing by the lake, but the fishermen were gone out of them and were washing their nets. And he entered into one of the ships, which was Simon's, and prayed him that he would thrust out a little from the land. And he sat down and taught the people out of the ship. Now when he had left speaking, he said unto Simon, launch out into the deep and let down your nets for a draught. Right? So it said the Lord that we catching the fish, you understand? Now they was fishing all day, right? They wasn't catching nothing. They may throw it down, they may be fighting. Oh, hell was breaking loose, and they wasn't getting no fish, man. But when the Lord put the spirit on man, you understand, that's when it could be the great abundance. You really could pull Ezekiel, the 47th chapter, right? The fish is that great multitude coming in, man, to the fold. And literally, you getting bared away by the bait. And Simon answered and said unto him, Master, we have toiled all the night and have taken nothing. And that's the spirit of the Lord, man. You could do all things through Yahweh. They was literally doing that all night long and it wasn't getting no fish. And that's double to that which is. That was on a physical level, but on a spiritual level, you could do all things through the Lord, man. You can heal the sick. You can heal the blind. You can do all of these things a spiritual fisherman does out there in the highways and byways, reeling in the elect. And Simon answered and said unto him, Master, we have toiled all the night and have taken nothing. Nevertheless, at thy word, I will let down the net. And when they had this done, they enclosed a great multitude of fishes, and their nets break. And that's that great abundance of Israelites coming back to the fold, man, that you cannot number. And they're going to come from all the four corners of the earth. So the mighty men got to go out there and they got to do the work of the Lord, man. Right? Brothers can't, the damn 3 camps can't do it. 15 camps. You got about, 10 to 15 major camps in Israel. We can't do it. Everybody got to put a hand in this building, man. Can't be that one brother you could depend on. He nice with the hammer. No, it got to be every brother picking up a stone, because that lightens the work on that next brother, and that lightens the work on that next brother. And to everybody doing their due portion, man, in this thing. You got it.
Quick point. I looked up the 10 most dangerous jobs in America. Now, this is from an attorney website. They do accident, injury, and law, right? Exclusively. It says the most dangerous job in America is fishing and hunting workers, then logging workers, then pilots, then roofers. You might think a pilot is a dangerous job, man. Then the engine explode, you nosedive down, right? But the most dangerous job is a fisherman, man. That's what even Esau tell you that, man. The fisherman is the most dangerous job in the world. Right, like Yaradan said, hey, we didn't, the Lord recruited us for this thing, man. Hey, brothers might get hemmed up, might get thrown in prison, shot. You could be teaching, somebody could come up and say, yeah, you was brought that up, last week. They kind of just shoot you, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was one camp, man. We was getting on this woman, she was going off. And then the brother, her nephew, I don't know if you remember this, Arad, this was years ago. Her nephew was out there waiting with a knife and said, I heard you was getting on my aunt. You was getting on my aunt. And he kind of took out this knife and was kind of walking on us, and we had to kind of, do what we had to do, right? But hey, people could damn stab you, man. Waiting for you after camp. There was a brother that left. Damn, we was getting on him, and he came back maxed up. Masked up, man.
Mm-hmm.
He was telling me he wanted to damn blow my damn brains off, man. Because
Mm-hmm.
we called him a fool.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people always try and kill us, man, and fight us and shoot us and stab us. You know, through the spirit. You know, Amos through the spirit, he got a gift from the Lord. We can kind of talk to people, anybody. You know what I'm saying? It kind of, and the situation kind of got diffused. Because hey, I'm, you know, you know, I couldn't have did that, right? But I want to get this real quick. Oh, you got something, Yardan?
No, I was just gonna say Jay could do that, and that's
Yeah,
that's a part of being a fisherman, real quick. You know, having the waves hit you, and
yeah.
that's spoken of in Second Ezra, the 7th chapter. You got the fire, and then you got the water. Sometimes the water touch your feet. Sometimes you just kind of, you know, throw you off your balance a little bit. You
Right.
know, we was walking back, and I heard it was like 3 Jakes and 3 Eves, and it was like, yeah, they were that Hebrew lacking. We call him lacking. Let's get him. And you know, I'm carrying a speaker, and I turn around subtly like I'm about to fix the speaker, but I'm seeing how many people there are. You know, trying to think 3 steps ahead, and then the Eves is like, no, let's just go back to our day. He was like, all right. And he was kind of mad that she said, all right, you know, and that was that. Jake wicked because we told them they gotta repent, and they didn't like that.
Hey, man. The Lord said in John chapter 16 and 1 and 2, it says, they which kill you will think that they do God's service, man.
Right.
You know?
So people gonna kill you, and they gonna think they doing the will of the Lord. They're gonna justify it. And in the name of Jesus, they're gonna kill the demonic black Hebrew Israelites, right? Because we cause hell. We're racist. We're prejudiced. We're bigots. We're a menace to society. We're a threat, right? Or you know, they're gonna put all this on us, and they're gonna try to damn kill a fisherman, man. Because we catching up all the fish out the water. You know, you got it, King.
Yeah, I was gonna say we was in Cleveland, and I was teaching, I just prophesying to the wind, and then I can hear like somebody on the phone, but it's an Edomite coming on the phone right on the side of us, but she's speaking loud enough, obviously, like so we can hear her, and she's talking about us, you know, something like, yo, what is that? And I turn around, and I can just see her, and I just start getting on her. So I started getting on her, and then the next day we went to camp. It was just me and her brother Tazmar. It was just us two out there. And it was just some brothers came up to us and said, yeah, y'all said this about her and all this. You know, y'all was saying she gonna do that's y'all what y'all gonna do. Y'all gonna bring in slavery. And we was like, you know, we said it. But he kind of checked us at the camp and tried to, you know, catch us just by ourselves. You know, the brothers had to, you know, just
Hey,
but yeah,
certain
that's
places. Oh, Salaki, King Salaki.
yeah, I was just saying that's gonna happen. Like you said, us getting put to death, you know. And you might get in a fight out there. You might have to lay hands on brothers. You know, brothers may rise up against you. Anything can happen out there, man.
Yeah.
God, I
Yeah.
want to get this.
I got something out to
Boy,
you. Now I was about to say, it was a brother, man. He drove all the way from New York just to tell us to stop making the nations bow down, man. He took a damn drive all the way from New York City, came all the way down here. He had a damn Raiden hat on, like Mortal Kombat, like how you try to hide yourself. Like it's raining outside, it was hot as hell. He had a Raiden hat on. Then he had the little COVID mask, right? He had that thing kind of strapped up. And then I was dapping up everybody, showing love to the brothers coming up to hit a word. And I seen he had fringes. I couldn't see his face, but I dapped him up. When I dapped him up, all I could see like is this right here and some eyes. And he was like, yeah, REI. Said, what's going on? Like, you know what I'm saying? He said, you really need to stop having those nations bow down to you. I'm going to talk to you after camp. So I kind of left, you know what I'm saying? Kind of got out of there, man. Right? The brother bringing it out mighty. And, you know what I'm saying? He asked, did anybody got any questions? And what the brother say?
No, yeah, I was teaching, and I asked the brother, "Hey, anybody got any questions?" And he said, "No, I don't." And he kind of pointed at Araya, And he kind of said, I want to talk to that man right there. He didn't want to talk to me. He wanted to tell this man, and I don't know if he wanted to fight him because he, tell these niggas to stop bowing down. You know?
Yeah, anything can happen out there, man. People know your name, they know your face, they can follow you home. Oh, hell could break loose out there, man.
Hey, people don't want to go out there. They might see their boss out there. But if my boss sees me, brothers be sneaking from their wife, telling their wife they're going to go to, they got a boxing class on the weekend. I got to do damn Pilates. Telling your wife you're doing a Pilates class, man. Sneaking
Right.
off.
Double life.
And
Got a
then she
double
catch
life
you
in the
highways
truth.
and byways, man. I got this quick precept, Salaki. This is the book of Ezra about, how to dealing with, you never know what can go on out there. This Ezra chapter 4 and 12. Be it known unto the king that the Jews which came up from thee to us are come unto Jerusalem, building the rebellious and the bad city, and have set up the walls thereof and joined the foundations. So they slandering us doing the work. They said we building up the troublous and bad city, right? It reads, be it known now unto the king that if the city be builded, they said if we get our own kingdom, and we wake up all the 12, now this happened on a physical level, but we're spiritually building a temple. It says, be it known now unto the king that the city be builded. I mean, if we bring together the 12 tribes and the wall set up again, then will they not pay toll, tribute, and custom, and so thou shalt damage the revenue of the kings. So they said us up there sealing the elect. Damn right, we're not going to pay damn custom and tribute in our own kingdom. Right? No, we're not going to be paying these other nations tolls to travel around the world, man, and pay taxes and rent. So they said us coming back to the Lord damages the revenue of all kingdoms, right? And one thing Esau don't play around with, or these nations, is about their money. It says, verse 14, and that's one of the reasons why they tried to stop us from building a temple. They said because the world economy is going to crash. Verse 14. Now, because we have maintenance from the king's palace, and it was not meet for us to see the king's dishonor, therefore have we sent and certified the king. That search, check this out, that search may be made in the book of the records of thy fathers. So shalt thou find in the book of the records, and know that this city is a rebellious city, and hurtful unto kings and provinces, and that they have moved sedition within the same of old time, for which cause was this city destroyed. So they say anytime we come together, that's an act of sedition, right? We out there, we just fishing. They're going to charge us with sedition. They charge Ezra with sedition. Yahweh Shah, the Apostle Paul, man. Sedition is inciting people to rebel against a government or authority. Ezra got charged with that, man. It said these men doing the work, they're going to rebel against other kingdoms and be charged with sedition. And that's going to be one of the reasons why they come against the servants of the Lord. You got it.
This is Acts chapter 20, the book of Acts chapter 25, verse 6. And it reads, and when he had tarried among them more than 10 days, he went down unto Caesarea, and the next day sitting on the judgment seat commanded Paul to be brought. And when he was come, the Jews which came down from Jerusalem stood round about, and laid many and grievous complaints against Paul, which they could not prove. Right? So they making complaints against Paul that they can't prove. Man, they gonna be saying things about us, man. Like I said, same way a hate group, right? We're racist. They're gonna say we even hate our own people. I seen him even cuffed out a so-called black person. See, look how he be talking to the Mexicans, so-called. That's how they're going to say. They're going to have all these complaints. They're going to say we start riots, right? We out there getting in fights. They're going to say all type of madness against us what can't be proved. It says, while he answered for himself, neither against the law of the Jews, neither against the temple, nor yet against Caesar have I offended anything at all. Right? So he said, I ain't do nothing wrong. I ain't break the law of the Jews. Right? I ain't offend against Caesar. Right? I'm blatant. I haven't done anything, but hey, they don't care. They're not gonna care. You're not gonna be able to break it down when Esau come in like a flood. You're gonna say, look, it's in the Bible. I was just preaching the word of God. This is the Holy Bible. I didn't say nothing wrong. They're not gonna want to hear that, right? You're gonna get put to death. You're gonna get beheaded, man. You're gonna be put in these prison camps. Trying to listen to that.
Right. Yeah, everything is hate speech now, man. Everything is hate speech. You can't say nothing. You can't speak about, these sodomites. You can't speak about the jag. You have to use all these terminologies and these code words, and it's wicked, corrupt society, man. You know. Your brothers have anything else on efficiencies before we transition?
Con, that was the spirit. I was about to bring out the hunting seed and precepts.
Con, see that? So now after fishing season, we transition into hunting season. What is hunting season? We taking out these different beasts, these other heathen nations. You got it, King.
Con. It's the book of Job, chapter 18, right? And verse number 15. It shall dwell in his tabernacle because it is none of his. Brimstone shall be scattered upon his habitation. His root shall be dried up beneath, and above shall his branch be cut off. His remembrance shall perish from the earth, and he shall have no name in the streets. He shall be driven from light into darkness and chased out of the world. So the Lord said we're going to chase this man out of the world, man. That's physical. Don't think everything, I don't know about that. No, we're going to physically be chasing him, man. But you think he's not going to run when he's in these underground bunkers, when he's in the clefts of the rocks, when he's in the uttermost parts of the earth? He's going to be running, man. And we're going to have to chase him down. Lord willing, that's us. And we're going to have them spiritual powers, and we're going to chase him down, man. We're going to grab him up. We're going to beat him down. We're going to put chains on him. We're going to drag him. We're going to throw him in the pits. Then we're going to grab him up from the pits. Then we're going to take him to our homeland, man. And he's literally going to be chased out of the earth, man. Don't we get chased by the police, man? Our damn children, our uncles, you understand? Our brothers, our cousins. We get chased by this man. Everything is going to have to come back on him sevenfold. And he's going to get chased out of the world. You got it.
Yeah, and it's not going to be... Let me get this precept real quick. Let's go to Psalms chapter 58 and 10. Let's get the classic. It says Psalms chapter 58 and 10. And that's what we're looking forward to, man. We're looking forward to putting the nations in captivity. We're looking forward to... Hey, it's going to be bad, man. It's not going to be... We're not going to be nice. We're not going to say, well, just get over here. We're going to kind of cut them with a little piece of scissors. No, it's going to be complete. And we done went through so much hell. Jake, we don't even know the damn depths of what we went through in captivity. All we know is what Esau put out there, man. We really don't know, man, what was going on. You probably got off the slave shit. They probably skinned you alive real quick and laughed, ate your body, molested your daughter. Men was probably getting raped all night, burying you alive, lynching you. We only know so much. So, hey, it's only right that a lot of people say, why y'all going into this? Why you can't just talk about charity? We're not just going to talk about charity all day, man. And praying with your hands lifted up there. But we have to have a just balance. So we have to go into vengeance. Let's go to Psalms chapter 58 and 10. It reads, the righteous shall rejoice when he seeth the vengeance. He shall wash his feet in the blood of the wicked. So the righteous, we're going to rejoice, man. And we're going to wash our feet in the blood of the wicked. What does that mean? Like Arai said, when you're chasing them, you might kind of slip a little bit in the blood, but you're going to catch yourself with that spiritual body. Yeah, but that blood is going to be, the Lord said to the horse's bridle when Yahweh Shah returns, but we're led to believe, how you wade in the water, the damn nation's running. We're going to be wading in the blood, kind of chasing them down, man. Verse 11, so that a man shall say, verily, there is a reward for the righteous. Verily, he is a God that judgeth in the earth. So that's the only way that a righteous man is going to say, finally, there's judgment. Not judgment when the so-called white man gets 2 weeks paid vacation. That's not judgment, right? When he do 2 years in prison for killing a Jake. The Israelite man is finally going to say, here is righteousness, when all of the Edomites and the other nations are being destroyed by the Israelites. You got it, King.
Con, it's the book of Psalms, chapter 9 and verse 5. Thou hast rebuked the heathen. Thou hast destroyed the wicked. Thou hast put out their name forever and ever. So their name going to have to get put out, man. Right? And that's physical. You're not even going to be talking about them 100,000 years later in the kingdom, man. Their name is going to be utterly put out. Talking about the so-called white man. O thou enemy, destruction are come to a perpetual end, and thou hast destroyed cities, and the memorial is perished with them. But the Lord shall endure forever. He hath prepared his throne for judgment. And who the Lord going to have judge Esau? Us, man. You understand? We literally going to be upon a throne judging the mount of Esau, man. You read about that in Obadiah 21. We going to judge Esau. We going to pull up all his accounts, his murder, his atrocities, his rape, his castration, his lies, his decrees, his unjust laws, his unjust dealings. We going to bring all that up, you understand? When on his day, just like Cain, you understand? He got away, but he really didn't, because he came back as Esau. Now, as all of his crimes and his murders just done away with, he may have literally skipped through the skin of his teeth, but all of his crimes, the Lord set a mark upon that man to have a set judgment at a point in time. You understand? That makes it that much more sweeter. If you got a bad kid, kind of running up and down the hallways, then you pop him on the lip, kind of smack him upside the head, and tell him to chill. Then you could kind of be patient, kind of running around, and you think to yourself, yeah, wait till we get home, right? I'm gonna tear you up. Then you get in the house, and then you let him have it, man. Right? The Lord is letting this man's crimes and atrocities reach up to the third heaven. And in that day, everything is going to be brought before judgment for him to be judged, because everything is going to be done decently and in order. And we're going to utterly destroy this man and slaughter him, and his children, and his nephews, and his uncles, right, and his grandparents, right? And it's not going to be any remaining. You got it, Kim.
Hey, like the brother said, even the what the damn the police in the world, they built up a case against Jake. They kind of let you, sell drugs out that trap house for months. They been spying on you. They been parked outside. They been watching you. You got an informant that's in there with you, but they just kind of let them charges build up. Hey, sometimes be years, man. And you think Jake just be thinking that they then beat the system,
Kingpin.
man. Like it, yeah. Jake think they beat the system, like they can't be touched. They didn't kill two people. They think that they bigger than the police. That they bigger than the law of the land, man. You know what I'm saying? The whole time the police is just like I said, building that case, and that's what the Lord doing in Esau, man. I got a quick precept. This is Job 18 and 17. It says, his remembrance shall perish from the earth, and he shall have no name in the street. He shall be driven from light into darkness and chased out of the world. He shall neither have son nor nephew among his people, nor any remaining in his dwelling. They that come after him shall be astonished at his day, as they that went before were frightened. Right, so this man can be chased off the world, man. We're gonna literally put this man to death and chase him out. We hunting him down, man. Right? No, not gonna have a son. He not gonna his nephew still here. He's not gonna have none of that. Son, nephew, cousins, right? None of that's gonna be here in that day. His daughter, right? We're gonna take them all out, man. We're gonna destroy them. I got another precept, quick precept. This is Joshua chapter 10. I'm gonna start at verse Slakia. I'm gonna start at 17. Joshua 10 and 17. And it reads, and it says, and it was told Joshua, saying, the 5 kings are found hid in a cave at Mekkedah. And Joshua said, roll great stone upon the mount of the cave, and set men by it for to keep them. And stay ye not, but pursue after your enemies, and smite the hindermost of them. Suffer them not to enter into their cities, for the Lord your God have devoured them into your hand. And it came to pass, when Joshua and the children of Israel had made an end of slaying them with a very great slaughter till they were consumed, that the rest which remained of them entered into fenced cities. And all the people returned to the camp to Joshua at Mekkedah in peace. None moved his tongue against any of the children of Israel. Right, so they're not gonna have a damn thing to say. When we get to slaughtering these nations, ain't nobody gonna speak against the children of Israel. We're not gonna be called no bywords. We're not gonna be called damn lazy, right? Niggas, right? Spooks, none of that. Beanies. We're gonna be putting them to death, man. You don't start talking down on people when they out here just slaying you like it's nothing, man. Right? You kind of in fear. You're kind of scared. It says, then verse 22, then said Joshua, open the mouth of the cave and bring out those 5 kings unto me out of the cave. And they did so, and brought forth those 5 kings unto him out of the cave. the king of Jerusalem, the king of Hebron, the king of Jarmuth, the king of Lachish, and the king of Eglon. And it came to pass when they brought out those 5 kings unto Joshua, that Joshua called for all the men of Israel, and said unto the captains of the men of war, which went with him, come near, put your feet upon the necks of these kings. And they came near and put their feet upon the necks of them. Hey, and that's going to happen again. That happened in that time. That's going to happen today, man. We're going to literally put our feet on the necks of these kings, man. They put a knee on our necks, right? They put our feet on our necks for like 9 minutes, man. Hey, we're going to put our feet on their necks, right? We're not going to drag them out the cave. We're going to drag them out them underground bunkers, man. All the kings that's hidden in the A5 is a spiritual number. So all the kings that's in that underground bunker, we're going to drag them out of there, and we're going to put our foot on their necks, man. Right? Thus says the Lord, man.
God, I got this this class, Jeremiah chapter 16 and verse 14. 16 and 16. Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord, and they shall fish them, and after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks. What are the holes of the rocks? It's so much like the brother said, these deep underground military bases. That's what they're called. They call them DUMs, or deep underground military bases, reserves, wherever they at. We want them pull off the damn steel door, and they're gonna be compelled because a lot of these Edomites, they make these movies. A lot of these Edomites make these movies where they believe that they're gonna. Can you hear me? Can brothers hear me?
I can.
Come.
Salakia. I was saying a lot of these Edomites make movies what they believe they can survive the nuclear destruction. And they're going to come out and rule the earth all over again and restore things back in order. You know, these devils got a facility, I got to think of the name of it, where they store all of these seeds, right? Just in case nuclear destruction comes off, they can go get these seeds and plant the earth all over again and replenish the earth. Right? They believe that, man. That's what they have it. I'm going to get this in Psalm chapter 137 and 7. Right? This Psalm chapter 137 and 7. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom, and the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. Because the Edomites said, burn the temple down. Burn the temple down. We read first Ezra 4:45. They actually were the ones that burned the temple down, not the Babylonians. Right? What was that? 586 BC. Right? Read on. O daughter of Babylon, who are to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewarded thee as thou served us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones. See that? The Lord said you're going to be happy to take these Edomite babies and dash them against the stones. Right? Ain't got to deal with it, man. Right? Edomite babies will be dashed against the stones. Right? Whether they 5 months old or a newborn baby, infant, no escape. Nah. They're going to take you by your head, squeeze it, see skull crack, and then smash it against the floor. And blood, like blood right on your beard, right? Blood all over your garment. You're going to take another, you might take 2 Edomite babies' heads, and then just bring them together and smash them together, man. You got it, King.
Can brothers hear me? Can brothers hear me?
Oh. Yeah, I got a quick point. You and mute.
Go ahead. That's just a Satan causing confusion. You got it, King.
I was going to say, it's going to get bloody. I don't know. I was gonna say it's gonna get real bloody. It's gonna be like a Saw movie. You know, if you ever seen any Saw movies, they're not pretty. You know, it's not PG-13. It's not fake blood that squirt on the screen. It's real vivid. It's gory. It's gross. It's stomach turning. You know, your stomach gonna do backflips while watching that. And a lot of chicks that watch it, they be like, oh, they kind of feel it. Like, ah, you got it.
Con, I got some. It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 48, and verse number 10. Cursed be he that doeth the work of the Lord deceitfully, and cursed be he that keepeth back his sword from blood. So the Lord is with bloodshed, man. You gotta stop thinking the Lord, right, sitting up there juggling all day, man. The Lord is not a so-called white man. The Lord is a fierce man of war, right? He's with bloodshed, you understand, right? It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 33, verse 18. Thine heart shall meditate terror, right? You should be thinking of ways how to take down the heathen. You should be looking at different land masses, saying, you know what? This will be good right there. I could put a well right there. You know, I could put garrisons right there. I could set up this right there. You got to be thinking like a king, man. Though the so-called white man in his wickedness, he see nothing but natural damn forest. And what does he see? He sees wickedness. He sees a damn building, right? He sees a street, how to saw down all of the damn trees. He's looking at stuff on the left-hand side, how to destroy the world. And he's vividly mapping these things out with architectural work, right? He's coming together with his demons, and they all hold crafty counsel. We got to be doing that on the right-hand side. We got to be thinking of how to get this world back in order, right? How we going to issue out the law, you understand? We got to be thinking how we going to take down these heathens, different land masses, how they should be in order. You understand? It says what? Thine heart shall meditate terror. And that's literal, man. They meditate terrors on us, how to pluck our skin, right? How to chop off our ears, right? And stab us and thrust us through and afflict us and have saw weapons that go back and forth. These things actually happened to our forefathers, man. They died. They didn't die really fast. It wasn't a gunshot to the head. These men of honor, they went out, you understand? And they literally was getting beat to death, getting flayed alive, being thrown into brazen bulls, right? Being torn to pieces, right? Damn, being beheaded. All of these things happened to our forefathers, and they meditated ways to kill us, man. They didn't kill us with one way, right? There was multiple ways in wickedness that they killed us. They poisoned some of us, right? We were sick, nigh into death, right? We were coughing, we had diseases, right? So what you think will happen to them? It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 34 and verse 6. The sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness and with the blood of lambs and goats, with that fat of the kidneys and of rams. For the Lord hath a sacrifice in Bosworth and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. Lord said a great slaughter, man. It's going to be millions and millions and millions of Edomites slaughtered, man. And they're going to become slaves. So the boss that you're looking at, the damn government officials, the police officers, all of the military agents, right, the FBI, all of these different agents and these men and these governments, they're going to be your modern day slaves, man. They're going to take off that slick damn gel in their hair. They're going to take off them damn ties, and they're going to put them chains on, man. God.
Can brothers hear me?
Come.
Yeah, adding on to brother said, man, we're not going to be nice guys about it, right? There is going to be no, and this slavery is going to be the worst slavery in the history of human civilization, man. Right? The slavery that these Edomites in is going to be double, man. Right. The Lord said, double unto her, double according to her works. You're looking at all of the slavery posters, Caps got the sign, the wickedness of the white man. You see all this damn stuff going on. Esau is going to have that times double, man. Stop thinking we're just going to round up Esau, put a chain on him, and have him damn pluck grapes, man. That's what brothers. No, it's going to be bad for him, man. We're going to be stringing them up. We're going to be kind of lynching them, you know, kind of like we brought out dashing their babies against the stones. It's not going to be nothing nice. And we getting excited, we getting excited thinking about it, man. You know, all the days when you could have you wanted to whoop this Edomite ass, want to kind of slap him, punch him. Your boss said you're fired, and you was like this. You wanted, but you couldn't do nothing. He said, "Unball your fist and get out." Then you had to kind of get out, and then he called you a boy. He said, "Do you really want to do that?" You know how Esau is. Do you really want to make that move, boss? Right? And then Esau want to fight you too, man. But Esau do a better job at faking it. Jake, you really can't fake it. You show it all over. Esau, he the serpent. He can fake it. Esau want to fight too. They be going to the gym. They think about beating the nigger down. Beat a nigger up. I'm gonna put a nigger in a headlock. They thinking about this, man. We think about stuff like this. Let me get this precept. Right? Let's go to the book of Psalms. Right? Let's go to Psalms. I believe I want chapter 68. Right? Bear with me. So it's not going to be nothing nice like they say now. This Psalms chapter 68 and 23. That thy foot may be dipped in the blood of thine enemies, and the tongue of thy dogs in the same. So again, the Lord said we're going to dip our feet in the blood of the enemies, man. And those shackles and those manacles, and to tell you how it's going to play out, we'll get beamed down in the wilderness, right? They'll try to destroy us. We have to go round up the nations and put them in captivity, bring them back, and put them in order, in a slave order they're going to be in. And then from that point forward, they're going to be working on building the kingdom of heaven. And we're going to be in order doing it. We're going to be marching, right? You might have Yardan and captain over 10,000 men, and we're going to travel. Read the book of Joshua. Joshua traveled around the damn lands, man. You're not going to be in one place. You're not just going to go to England. And you're not going to get, I hate to tell, brother, I know a lot of brothers going to have their head down. You're not going to get any slaves from America. America's going to be destroyed. The Lord said 7,000 people. Everybody's going to die here. The 10th part of the city is going to fall. A lot of brothers getting mad. They shutting the live stream down. And the Lord can have these Edomites you want. And I know you, Jakes, you want these Edomites, your boss, your supervisor. The Lord might have them leave and go somewhere else, man. But the point is, you're going to round them up. Then you're going to throw them in these prisons. Let me get this other quick precept real quick. This is Isaiah chapter 24. Right? This Isaiah chapter 24 and 21. So Joshua, he was traveling around the damn country fighting all these different people. You might be in Europe. Then you got to go to Africa. Then you got to go to Asia. Then you got to go to Antarctica. Then you got to go to Australia. And it may not take one day. You know? Let me get this real quick and I'll give it up. This I just had the precept too. See that?
Isaiah 24.
Count the water, King. See that? Isaiah chapter 24 and 21. It reads, and it shall come to pass at that day that the Lord shall punish the host of the high ones that are on high and the kings of the earth upon the earth. Those are your elite bankers, Rothschilds, your Rockefellers. It's not talking about your supervisor McDonald's who said, I need you to clean the bathroom. He's not the kings of the earth upon the earth. Joe Biden, he's not even a king of the earth upon the earth. He's just a puppet. You know? It reads, and they shall be gathered together as prisoners are gathered in the pit and shall be shut up in the prison, and after many days shall they be visited. Now, I want to know how many days that is, but it don't tell us. We got to wait. So we're going to round them up. Rather, the most I have is kind of construct these prisons, or we kind of build something, have them build something, throw them in a prison, these pits, and they're not going to have any food or water, right? We're not going to give them recess. They're not going to have any good treatment. And after we put them all in these prisons, we're going to go round them back up and lift them up, put them in chains, and bring them back to the Trail of Tears. You know? You got it, King.
Come. It's the book of First Chronicles, chapter 18, right? And verse number 2. And he smote Moab, and the Moabites became David's servants and brought gifts. You understand? So we had these nations in captivity at one point in time. We had the Moabites, damn Syrians, the Edomites, all of these different damn nations. We had them in the captivity, man, at one point in time. We got to come back to those days, man. We wasn't always just niggas getting our ass whooped with rods of iron and being lynched and having our damn pants sagging off of us, man. David walked around with crowns on his head, you understand, with a sword, riding a horse, man of war, with a shield, a buckler, was leading an army, taking down these nations, putting them into captivity. That's the thing we want to get back to. Jumping to verse 6. And David put garrisons in Syria. Damascus and the Syrians became David's servants and brought gifts. Thus the Lord preserved David whatsoever he went. Verse 13. And the Lord put garrisons in Edom, right? And that's literally constructing a way and like a prison where they can't escape, like a fence, a barrier. You understand? And we literally made those things and put those heathens in there, man. And that's literally what's going to happen again. But the next time it's going to be pits. You understand? They're going to dig it and we're going to throw them in there. It says what? And he put garrisons in Edom, and all the Edomites became David's servants. Thus the Lord preserved David wheresoever he went. So the Lord preserved David, man. The Lord is with slavery. Stop thinking the Lord not with slavery, man. The Lord don't change, man. The Lord wouldn't do that. Oh, I don't believe that. I can't believe. Is this what this is? Yes, this is what this is talking about, man. Slavery is real, man. The Lord is what putting these nations in slavery. The Lord don't care about these nations, man. It says what? And he put garrisons in Edom, and all the Edomites. They can't read that enough, man. Right? A so-called black man was beating down a so-called white man and locking them up, man. And the Lord was with that, man. How much more when all of his wickedness reached the pinnacle and the peak unto the third heaven, man? And the Lord throw you a two-edged sword to have you execute judgment upon the heathen. You got it.
That's right. We the only nation on earth that got to go into slavery. Come on, Jake and Esau is arrogant.
Come on, let me get this precept. This is First Chronicles 20 and 2. And David took the crown of their king from off his head and found it to weigh a talent of gold. And there were precious stones in it, and it was set up upon David's head, and he brought also exceeding much spoil out of the city. And we're going to bring spoil out of these cities too. What is spoil? Gold, silver, you understand, rubies. Tell you that in Zechariah chapter 14 and 14, that the wealth of the heathen is going to be gathered round about. The Lord said in Job 20 and 15 on down, Esau swallowed up riches, he's going to vomit them up again, man. So all of the wealth of the world, when we're taking the nations down, we're going to have something where we're going to be taking all of the gold, the silver, and kind of bringing it back to Jerusalem too, man. Where's all Solomon's gold at? You know, all the gold targets you read about, the gold shield. The high priest used to have a plate that said holiness to Yahweh. Where is that at? You know, all of this gold apparel, we're going to have spoils of war too. And now did the Lord get on David and say, David, why'd you do that? That's his crown. Just kill him. Don't take anything. No, the Lord was with David. Verse 3, First Chronicles 20 and 3. And he brought out the people that were in it and cut them with saws and with harrows of iron and with axes. Even so dealt David with all the cities of the children of Ammon, and David and all the people returned to Jerusalem. So David took after he destroyed the city, he took all the people out. He didn't play Scrabble with them. He didn't say, well, look, you could be a slave. I'll capture you. He lined them all up, and David cut them with saws and axes. That's gruesome, man. They don't talk about that in church. You watch the movie Salt, like Yardan was saying, you got to sit there. He didn't give him a painkiller. It wasn't under anesthesia. He didn't hook up a morphine IV to him, right? This was raw. And I'm led to believe it was over, 300,000 of these people. And David's sweating. He's still cutting them. Then the next one, he's tired. That's hard work, cutting bone, man. You got to cut through the bone and then chisel it out. He had to do this for all of these people. Right now, this probably, this what David took saws and all his men and cut the Japanese man with saws of iron and with axes. And the Lord was with that, and we're gonna do that too.
Right.
You got it.
Con. Right. This the book of 1 Chronicles 21 and verse 18. Then the angel of the Lord commanded Gad to say to David that David shall go up and set up an altar unto the Lord and the threshing floor of Ornan the Jebusite. And David went up at the saying of Gad, which he spake in the name of the Lord. And Onan turned back and saw the angel, and his 4 sons with him hid themselves. Now Ornan was threshing wheat. And as David came to Ornan, Ornan looked and saw David and went out of the threshing floor and bowed himself to David with his face to the ground. And that's how the Lord going to have these damn heathens bowing down, man, with their damn face to the ground. The Lord already got that happening now when we in captivity, man. How much more now in that day, man? It's going to be like breathing air. It's going to be something normal. You know how you walk outside, you see a squirrel run up a tree, you see a damn bird fly across the air, right? You understand? You kind of see traffic going to work. These are normal things. You're not going to be pulling out your damn hair. Oh my gosh, it's a bird, right? It's going to be like that in the kingdom. They're going to walk down, right? How you doing, master? How you doing, Master Yardan? Right? They might bow down, Lord willing, right? How you doing, Master Naquan? They're going to be doing these things, man. It's going to kind of be normal, man. And if they're not bowing down, something's out of the ordinary. It's going to be like a damn shock. Right? Like we seen a dolphin jump out of the water. He put a suit on. Then he went to work. But what the hell? Right? If these nations not in order, hey, they're going to get jacked up and get beat down, man. Said he bowed down his face, man, with his face toward the ground. And that's how much respect these heathens are going to get the children of Israel. Especially when Yahweh Shai going to be on the earth, man. The Lord going to walk the earth, right? And we're going to be the light of this world. And everybody going to bow down to us.
You know, and we pray that all the Edomites that we encountered that did not want to bow down, you know, that was being rebellious, we pray that the Most High puts in their memory, right, of what they did on this side of the world in the kingdom, right, so they can remember what they did, and then, you know, that have more of an effect, right? Like, oh, these men, right, that I didn't bow my head down to. Only if I did, that would have had less of a punishment, you know.
God, and they're not going to escape. I want to get this in. This is the book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 7 and 42. Let this be enough now to have spoken concerning the idolatrous feast and the extreme tortures. So Esau gave us not a regular torture, he gave us extreme tortures. So guess what they're going to get? They're going to get extreme tortures, man. Read 2 Maccabees 7 when they kind of peeled the man's scalp back and fried him in the pan. You know? That's evil to build a frying pan the size to fry, man. Right? Chopped off his hand and his tongue. So they're going to get extreme tortures, man. Like the brother said, we was at camp, and the Edomite bowed down to a baby, man. Your babies are going to get their damn boot licked, man. It's not what they just be 25 and up from the age of 20 years old and upward, according to their posts. No, you're going to have babies getting these Edomites bowing down to them, man. You know? Hold on, let me you got it, King. I'm gonna find the account of the baby getting.
Oh yeah, come bring that up.
If you get offended at this, and you know, you might not want to serve in the kingdom.
Right.
You're one of those brothers that just don't want service in the kingdom. Brothers, people will look at you funny. They'll look at you real funny if you don't got no servants. You in the kingdom. You're supposed to be doing all your work now. You know,
Right.
Servants in the kingdom. Everybody wants
Real fast, let me put this out there. It ain't just gonna be the men. They're gonna be bowing down to the women too, man. Right? They're gonna be serving the women too, man. Right? Our foremothers had servants, man. So it's not just gonna be the men, it's gonna be the women too.
See that? See that right there? You got the brother's no more than 5 years old, man. And Edomite's he's girded about with a linen, with an ephod, man. And then you gotta watch the that's the mighty brother Isaiah. You gotta watch him kind of rejoice, man. Look at him rejoice. Hold on, Salaki. It kind of didn't fit on the camera.
That's right. One at a time.
Watch the young man rejoice.
See that?
See that?
On
See
fire.
that? You gonna have sitting there, damn doing this, man. Breaking his damn elbow, man. 5 years ago, got Edomites. Yeah, it was Elijah. Elijah's no more than a year old, man. You know, so Esau is going to be, you know, and if he get out of the line, you know, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem. If they look at us in our eyes, it's going to be a problem. Look at that. What we got? You got to show it again.
That's another angle.
Oh, it kind of stopped.
Can you see it?
There. Yeah, we see it. See that right there? See that? See that right there? Sitting up there, damn, doing the thing, man.
Turned up.
So even though young was gonna be telling the kids what to do in the kingdom, man. You know,
Salakia. Hey man, we had kings that was 7 years old, man. So this
That's
is
right.
not out of the ordinary for to see something like this, man. This is beautiful now to the world. This may be, you know, I can't believe what I'm saying. You know, I'm new to the. No, this is normal, man. These nations were bowing down to our children, man, at once upon a time. And it's going to come back on the earth, man. And this is beautiful, man. Right? Got the young king out there rejoicing. Right? You got Esau, his natural habitation in the dust. Right? You got the kings bringing out the word. Right? The spirit of the Lord was out there, man.
God, this I'm gonna link that up. This Nahum chapter 3 and 10. Yet was she carried away, she went into captivity. Her young children also were dashed in pieces at the top of all the streets, and they cast lots for her honorable men, and all her great men were bound in chains. So we're going to cast lots for Esau's honorable men. Brothers are going to be betting on these different men. Oh, I want Rothschild. No, let me get the Rothschild. Okay, let me get the Rockefeller. These men are going to be hot commodities. Brothers are going to want Pontius Pilate, Antiochus of Pip. These are going to be I'm going to tell you, these will be your top 5 bestsellers. Pontius Pilate, who scourged our Lord Yahweh Shai and said, do not I have power to rule thee? He said, I got power to kill you. So Pontius Pilate, he's going to be there. Antiochus Epiphanes the fourth, he's definitely going to be there. Right? Hey, we don't have to go into depth. He set up the abomination of desolation. King Herod, the elite bankers, Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, and what's this guy's name? Alexander the Freak.
Right.
Nero.
Yeah, Emperor Nero. There you go, Nero. Tiberius.
Caesar.
Yep, Tiberius. Caesar. Tiberius was the emperor when Yahweh Shai was crucified. A Pharaoh. The Pharaoh that knew not Joseph. He's going into slavery too, man. Stop thinking those guys are just not going. They're going to be in an eternal place called hell. Well, that's 4,000 years ago. No, Pharaoh's going to be there. You know, Darius. All these men, all these heathen, they're going to be there. Nicanor. How can we forget Nicanor? How can we forget that proud blasphemer, man? We forgot about Nicanor. And we're going to cast lots for these honorable men. Vespasian, see that? Titus, Domitian, who led the destruction of 70 AD. They're all going to be slaves. And we're going to be trading them like you traded damn Pokemon cards in the 1990s, man. You know? So it's not like you're just going to have a custodian Edomite or the Edomite that work at the local deli. No, the Lord says we cast lots for her great men, and all her honorable men are bought in chains, man.
Yeah.
You got it.
Not every Edomite going to be working in the field. Not every single Edomite would just be picking cotton. That's what Jake, you know, when you first come into the truth, that's one of the first things you think, right? You think, oh, they're just gonna be picking cotton all day. They're gonna be getting apples. They're gonna be in a hot ass sun. What is he gonna be doing? We're gonna have to, punish them when they go off. And that's a whole nother world of excitement for us. We're gonna have to, they're gonna have to kind of take care of the swine, the animals. And remember that the animals, they're not gonna have a covenant with them. So they still gonna get stung by bees, mosquitoes getting on them. Some gonna be thrust through by the bull. So it's not gonna be pretty.
It's gonna be very bad, man. A lot of these Edomites, the brother brought out Christopher Columbus. They said Christopher Columbus had a sex trade going on with 9-year-old Gadites, man. Or not Gadites, other tribes of the Northern Kingdom. It might have been Simeon or Manasseh, right? Let me get this precept. Let's go to Psalm chapter 149. Let's go to Psalm chapter 149 and 5. So it's going, and that's only righteous, man. And all that's part of hunting season. Psalm chapter, and a lot of brothers get mad. Why are you going into this? Why are you talking about put them in slavery? Why are you not talking about giving alms? So how come you're not talking about beards? We're not going to talk about beards 24/7, man. Well, what beard does Uriah use? Well, if Uriah used that beard oil, then Yara. No, we're not talking about that. We're going into prophecy. Sirach 39 and 1 on down says, be occupied in prophecy. Right? This Psalm chapter 149 and 5. Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. Let the high praises of the Most High be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand, to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron. Hey, Kim Jong-un, he's going to be bound with chains. The leader of China, he's going to be bound in chains. All these Africans, that actual Africans, Hamites, that sold us into captivity, guess what? The Lord didn't forget about them. That sub-Saharan slave trade, all them Ishmaelites that had us in captivity, they going into captivity. All them, what they call them, princes and whatever titles they call themselves, man. They're going into slavery. Ferdinand, Queen Isabella from the 1400s, they're going to captivity. Leonardo da Vinci. Hey, we forgot about Caesar Borgia.
Borgia, I was just about to say that.
How can we forget Caesar Borgia may be the #1 Edomite slave in the kingdom?
The Lord might get him.
Hey, yeah, man, the Lord might get him. King David, the apostles might get Caesar Borgia. Caesar Borgia, he's going. I think it's going to be bad, man. It's going to be bad. You got it, King. Let me finish this verse. It's like I was going to finish this verse. It says, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron, to execute upon them the judgment written. This honor have all his saints. Praise ye the Lord. So that's an honorable thing, man. A lot of jink you think holding the door for the white woman, the old nasty white woman, is honorable. Or you go out there with the little stick with the needle on it, you're picking up trash, and you put it in the back. You got a trash bag on your back, put it on your back. That's honorable, right? What they call it, Habitat for Humanity. You're building houses, right? That's honorable. You go to the local barbershops to help sweep up the hair, right? All around the city. That's not honorable, man. What's honorable for the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American man? Putting the white people in slavery, and Chinese people in slavery, and Africans in slavery, and Japanese in slavery. And no, we're not going to put our own people in captivity. You got brothers teaching that to this day. Out there teaching, even if you don't stop, if you don't put on a modest apparel, we're going to round you up and put you in captivity. That's not in the Bible, man. You're not going to put your own people in slavery. You had something, Yaradon?
I got something. Right. It's the book of Judith, chapter 14 and verse number 7. But when they had recovered him, he fell at Judah's feet and reverenced her, and said, Blessed art thou in all the tabernacle of Judea, and in all nations, which hearing thy name shall be astonished. So they bowing down at our women's feet too, man. Right? We talk about the men a lot, you understand? But our women are going to literally get bowed down to as well, man. That's going to be a normal thing in the kingdom. Just like our mighty foremothers of old, hey, this thing is going to come back on a major way. You can read about that all throughout the scriptures, even in Genesis, man. Let me get that in Genesis 16. It's Genesis chapter 16, right? And verse number 6. And it reads, But Abraham said unto Sarah, Behold, thy maid is in thine hand. Do to her as it pleaseth thee. What if it's no telling, man, what you could do to your slaves, man? All right? Now that's going to be unrighteousness, right? Now the whole point of a slave, right, is to get work done, right? So you want to kill them off. You know, you got a work dog to get work done. No, you're going to beat them down, you understand? But you got to get the work done, right? So, hey, look, man, Lord willing, I get the kingdom. I'm going to have my slave working every day except for the Sabbath day, man, right? And the new moons and the feasts. They're going to be doing the work that I got them having to do, man. Lord willing, I get it. And I got a hell of a lot of work in mind, man. The Lord said, meditate terrors. So he said, do to her as it pleaseth thee. Man, and our woman may have this one, this done. They may, hey, man, it may be a brother having a damn slave move a basket over here, then move a basket over there, then moving a basket back over there, man. Didn't they have us doing stuff like that? For fun, for entertainment, had us shucking and jiving, had us making plays. You understand? Making us write a play out and then act, right, like it's a damn movie in front of us. And they sit back and kind of watch, right? And then they woke us up in the middle of the night and had us play the damn fiddle, man. They made us doing anything for entertainment. So don't sit back. You will be a damn fool to sit back where these guys are kind of being harsh. They're kind of making up stuff. No, what did the so-called white man do, man? We can't even pull up all the accounts because we don't even know them, man, like the brother was going into earlier. There are things that haven't even been written down in history that this man has done that only the Lord and the angels know. It's being documented of all his murder and the things that he's done, man. I'm letting them believe he was drowning our forefathers, man, for fun, right? You got to think. They looked at us as less than an animal, man. The dog stayed in the house. The dog was so-called at the master's bed. We was all the way out there in the damn field with cracks in the damn wood. You understand, freezing our asses off, right? Having no hope, man, in this thing. So when we talking about putting, that's a light thing. We talking about whooping his ass, that's a light thing, man. The Lord said we're going to deal with him according to his anger. And the Lord hates the so-called white man.
Right. Got it. I want to get this real quick. This Deuteronomy chapter 30 and 7. It reads, And the Lord thy God will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted. Right. So every curse that we went through, they're going to go through. This Deuteronomy 28 and 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. So guess what? They're going into slavery on ships. And we're going to have them build their own ships. We're going to round them up and put these Edomites on ships. Stop thinking that's just us and that's done away with. No, those ships are coming back in a big way. And all of the Edomites and the Moabites and the Hamites, they're going to be on ships because everybody's not going to live in Jerusalem. I hate to be the bearer of good news, but brothers are going to be living all over the world, you know? Wherever they want to live. The whole earth is ours. Or you might have an island over here. Or you might live out in Samaria, built all up again. You might live in the land of Dan or Mount Hebron. The Lord tell you the different lands we're going to have in Obadiah. They have the south shall possess the land of the Edom, and we're going to have all these lands, man. So a brother might have a little a port right there, and then he see a ship coming in, and he get excited. He know he got fresh slaves on that ship coming in. And Esau going to get off that ship with his diaper on, have his hands tied, have his head down, right? And then guess what? He's going to inspect those slaves. He might open up their mouth, kind of check their dental records, kind of slap them in the back of the head, look behind their ear, see if they got flies, if they got lice, kind of slap them up. They might be dizzy, seasick. He kind of slap him up a little bit, and they gotta focus. Right? Then they say run. Then they gotta start running. Like Django, brother seen Django, and he said, "Come on, run!" And they had to start running. They gonna be running, man. So it says, and there, it's like by the way we're up, I speak unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And they're not gonna see England again. Hey, the days of being under the Eiffel Tower and drinking your little tea and your art hat, you're not going to see Paris again. You're not going to see America again. Thou shalt see it no more again. Your condo, your lofty house, your damn 8 bedrooms, your poodles, the guy with the poodles at the harbor.
Right.
Who walk with his poodles all the damn time. Now it's a Jake that come up there with poodles. You know? And they're not going to see their land again. It says, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies. And they're going to be sold. To who? To us, because we're their enemies. For a bondman and bondwoman, and no man shall buy you. Meaning no Edomite's going to redeem them. They're not going to have an Edomite Nat Turner. Right? And an Edomite, then they get an Edomite Harriet Tubman. Then they get an Edomite Frederick Douglass. They get an Edomite Gabriel Prosser. And an Edomite Toussaint. And an Edomite Malcolm X. We're not gonna have a civil rights movement for the Edomites, man. When they got the damn Edomite Malcolm X, you know, they're not gonna have no liberty. No, they're not gonna have an Edomite Martin Luther King. See through the spirit, the Lord had these Edomites gave us too much freedom, gave us too much liberty, man. But it's all the mercy of the Lord, man. They're not gonna have no liberty. They're gonna be on a schedule, a dinner schedule, how long they can eat. Now I'm getting excited. How long they got to go to sleep, when they got to get up in the morning, right? What they got to wear. We're going to tell them what they got to wear. And we hear them speaking English. We're going to beat them down. They got to speak Hebrew, right? You got to they better start growing their beard out. If we see them kind of plucking their beard out, being rebellious, we're going to kind of chop their damn hand off, right? They got to have their fringes on, you know? You got it.
No NATO 2.0 is going to be disbanded. No secret councils, because we're going to have ears. And our ears are going to be able to hear everything because we got spiritual powers. We got powers. You know, no crafty council. They all in a cave. And, all right, here's Jerusalem, and we attack at dawn. You know, it's not going to be a huge map. And I'm trying to plot and take down Jerusalem all over again.
Hell no.
It's not going to happen. Because all that's going to be done away with, and we're going to be on top. And while we're on top, they next going to be under our foot, like it's in Joshua.
Hey, this Deuteronomy 28:66. And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shall have none assurance of thy life. That's going to happen to Esau, man. His life, every day he wakes up, he's not going to know. We have to deal with that terror, man. We have to deal with that mental damn slavery of every day not knowing if we're going to make it. Might get shot, might get pulled over, you might get lynched, you might be in the wrong place at the wrong time, so-called, in a damn Edomite back road. You know? Any given second, it could be lights out. Esau, Patriot Act, kick your damn door down. Hey, Esau, his life is going to hang in doubt. He's not going to have an assurance of his life. When he get up in the morning, that might be it, man. You know? You got it, King. You got something else?
I don't got nothing.
Okay, well, brothers can bring out closing precepts. All right? So from fishing season to hunting season, man. You know?
Con, I got something. Right? And brothers got to be ready to fish before you ready to hunt, man. You can't jump the gun. You can't skip the work of the Lord and go straight to the reward, man. That's not how it goes down in this thing, man. Don't after you work, right? You can't wait for that check, man. Right? You thinking of how you gonna spend the money, right? You can't just show up to payday with your hand out, man. You ain't even come to work. So brothers got to put that work in. You understand? So they can reap all of the glory and the benefits, right, that the Lord has in store for the elect. It's the book of Revelation, chapter 3 and verse 3. Remember, therefore, how thou hast received and heard, and hold fast and repent. If therefore thou shalt not watch, I will come on thee as a thief, and thou shalt not know what hour I will come upon thee. So everybody got to be watching in these last days. Chiefly that spirit, you understand what spirit they in. They got to be watching their brothers, making sure they okay. They got to be watching these prophecies. You have to watch in all things, man. Don't just watch CNN news and then you close up, you cut off the TV and it just ends there, man. Check on your brother, check on your wife, check on your children. You understand? You have to see and watch as a spiritual watchman and a physical watchman, man. You got to be in this thing, man. Can't be lazy, can't be slothful, right? You got to put this work in while we still had a breath of life in us, man. Because all hell could break loose. You could fall out the truth. You could die tomorrow. Anything could happen, man. So we want to make diligence to make the calling of our election sure.
That's right.
This is the book of Acts, chapter 15, verse 15. And to this agree the words of the prophet, as it is written, after this I will return and will build again the tabernacles of David, which is fallen down, and I will build again the ruins thereof, and I will set it up. Right? And the Most High has put in our spirit to set it up. And with that knowledge, we have to, move in haste. Right? The Most High put in our brother's spirit to build up the church. So, hey, brother, put down your brick while you can, like the brother was saying.
And I get the classic. This is the book of Revelation, the 22nd chapter and the 12th verse. It reads, and behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me to give every man according as his work shall be. So the Lord is going to give you what you put in, right? If you're not putting in nothing, if you're slothful, if you're taking the time to be lazy, if you're too idle, if you're not managing your time, if you're preoccupied in the world, if you're not meditating in the scriptures, the Lord give you according to your works. Your thoughts are your work, your actions are your works. How you deal with your brother are your works, your charities your works, your alms is your work, the damn breakdowns is your work. All of these are your works. Your works isn't just donating to brothers, or your works isn't just on the highways and byways at camp. Your works are manifold. Your works are prayer, right? Your works are, the Lord rewards every man according to every way that he puts in, man. So it's time to be on fire in the last days, man. Brothers should be waxing stronger. You should be diligent. You should be praying more, fasting more, studying more. Because at any given second, all hell can break loose. And then, Jacob's trouble could kick off. Power grid can go out, EMP attack, false flag. And then guess what? All you got is the mercy from the Most High predicated on the works that you put in. But with that, we're going to close the live stream. Giving, of course, our honor and glory to Yahweh by Shema Mashiach Malak Yahushua. We'll open up the conference call line for questions. For brothers that have questions, they can call in, or sisters. It's 213-603-9096. Again, that number to call in is 213-603-9096. And the PIN number is 94809-305. So one more time, 213-603-9096. And the PIN number is 94809-305. Right? They're not letting me post it on there, but I said it a few times. So with that, Brother Naquam,
Brother Yardan,
Brother Wright,
Kwam Yashala, Shalom.